As I muted myself. Hold on. Pretend that didn't happen, people. Hold on. We're going to pretend like I didn't kick us live. We're going back out. Everyone can still hear me. I'm going to be silent for 30 seconds. This is what happens when I have double mute function. And we are live here on Plus One EXP's Roll for Content channel. I almost did the exact same thing. I'm not going to restart us this time, though. We're a weird little brand that multi-classes in tabletop game design, beard and skincare, alchemy, and the Bardic College of Content Creation. Our hope here at Plus One EXP is to help amazing designers find great players who love their games and help amazing players find great designers whose games they can love. We do that in a lot of different ways, but the most fun way is sitting down with those designers to play those games, and that's what we're doing today for part 2 of our Orbital Blues Atmospheric Breakup adventure. We've got an absolutely stellar cast and crew with us here. We've already done safety conversations in a session 0 before the streams. If you want to catch part 1, head on over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/plus1exp to go check it out there. But we're hopping straight into the action as I hand things over to Jelly.
Everybody, just in case you're joining us for the first time and didn't catch everything yesterday, I'm just going to do a quick intro for what we're doing here and who these lovely people we're chatting with are. So my name's Zach. I use they, them pronouns and go by the Jelly Muppet on the internet. I'm the director of Soul Muppet Publishing and the co-creator of Orbital Blues, the game we're playing today. A game of sad space cowboys, high stakes, and Dust Bowl retro future Americana. Copying the Brian move of whenever I mention Orbital Blues, like a copy flies up in front of the screen, which is happening semi-regularly, which is good. So we're here because Orbital Blues Month is live on BackKit right now. There is a project from Soul Muppet called Outlaws and Corporations, but also 5 more crowdfunding projects from some amazing third-party Orbital Blues content creators, including a project here from our lovely hosts, Plus One EXP, and a load of amazing other stuff that I went into more detail last episode, and you can find out more just by going to BackKit and or chuck it into your search engine, Orbital Blues Month. The adventure we're running here today is called Atmospheric Breakup. It is one of the adventures that you can grab by checking out all these different projects. It is the kind of our cross-collaboration promo experience where if you back every single Orbital Blues adventure, all 6 of them, all 6 of the projects, you get a free zine of this adventure I've written that is designed to be a climactic, explosive finale for an Orbital Blues campaign. We're running it as a sort of 1-shot / 2-shot on stream, just because running a whole season would be a little bit of time. That would more than we have available this month to run stuff. But we are kind of playing in a campaign, the kind of finale of a campaign that we never did. Just to show you what it might be like if you use this adventure in your home game, and as a sort of, a really good example of what Orbital Blues could be like and how the game could play. There's loads of other actual play content you'll be able to find from some of these lovely people here and many more if you have a look on your favorite podcast or video sharing platform for Orbital Blues related stuff. So I guess it's worth doing a bit of a recap. But before that, let's hear a little bit from these players and just find out a very short bit about their characters and maybe just a quick hit of where they are emotionally right now. Because I think that's the real center of Orbital Blues. What is driving them mad and sad at this exact moment? And the camera order is shifted, but we're going in camera order right now. Stella, let's hear about you, what you get up to, and also range as well.
Hello. I'm Stella Luna on Twitch, Stella Luna TV, everywhere else. Today I will be playing Range. Range uses she, they pronouns. Range is a mechanic and a grease monkey and into deep. Right now, Range is feeling all sorts of feelings, knowing that we are only a few steps away from the Bottom Rung gang, which is a gang that they used to be a part of and did not end on good terms with. Just having that loom on the back of their mind has been troubling, so to speak. And they are not looking
Absolutely.
forward to getting more involved. Very anxious. Very excited. Stella's excited.
Hell yeah. Brian, let's hear about Columbus.
Hey, I'm Brian Flaherty. I'm one of the co-owners of Many Sided Media. We make podcasts like My First Dungeon, which did a great season of Orbital Blues, and shows like Talk of the Table and Bitcherton. And I'm playing Columbus, who is a down on his luck gambler who lost everything on the river, including his ship, the Are We Still in Ohio, which was taken from him in a slightly crooked card game by our nemesis for this adventure, Ignacio. Oh my God, what's his last name? Ignacio Braun. And his former partner, Delmar, who's currently in my crew. And right now, Columbus is feeling good, was feeling good actually like 1 second ago. 1 second ago, he had broken out a low-level member of the Bottom Rung gang from jail with the promise that she would help out and get him in contact with Ignacio so I can hopefully get back my ship. And of course, the second I walked past the rest of my crew, Yorkshire over here decided to change my fortunes, possibly for the worse. So I'm excited to jump right back into that moment in a few minutes.
Okay. Michelle, what about Delmar? How are they doing? How are you as well?
Hello, hello. I'm Michelle Kelly. My pronouns are she, her. I'm doing great. I'm excited to play again with lovely Delmar. She's just a happy-go-lucky gal, no problems, no worries, because if you fly fast enough, they can't catch you. Unfortunately, she's found herself on a space station with abnormally heavy gravity. She is weighed down by the knowledge that her absolute worst ex, Ignacio Braun, and his terrible bottom rung gang are somewhere around here. The last thing she wants is to see this guy, but one of her current crewmates seems a little bit too determined to bring him into our orbit. So
I want my ship back, Delmar. I want
well,
my ship
you should have been
back.
better at cards, Columbus.
You shouldn't have cheated at cards.
Listen, bygones be bygones. Listen, you can watch yesterday's episode to hear all about that. Now we're going to see what happens when Yorkshire goes sicko mode on this low-level gangster. I'm excited. Delmar, less so.
Can you tell us a bit about Euphoria as well, and what you get up to outside of this stream here?
Yes, I would love to plug myself. Hi, I'm Michelle. Did I mention? You can find me on the socials at Michellecopter, but you should also check out Euphoria Actual Plays, a channel which promotes European ttrpg talent. We have had such luminaries as the Jelly Muppet GMing Doom Spiral. We have had Drac on designing a game live on stream recently as part of our show 20-minute TTRPGs. And we have loads of other amazing European TTRPG talent on all of our different shows and actual plays. So check out Euphoria AP for that.
Cool. And then Drat, what about you? And what about Yorkshire? How's Yorkshire feeling right now? A little bit brawly is the mood I'm getting.
I'm Jack or Draconics. You can find me on all socials at Draconics. It's DRAKONIQUES. I'm mostly on Blue Sky though. If you want to find me there, just add a .itch.io to find me there. I do teach RPG stuff. I produce actual plays. I perform in actual plays. You probably see me in a variety of stuff or behind the scenes of a variety of stuff. But today I'm playing Yorkshire, who uses he, they pronouns as well. And how is Yorkshire feeling? I think blinding rage. Yeah, I think that's probably a good descriptor. Blinding rage, deafening fury. Every version of angry that clouds any sort of judgment, I think. Yeah.
This is going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just do like the quickest recap now we're familiar with these characters. Just because I feel like any Orbital Blues recap without like knowing the emotional state of the characters and what they've been up to like feels a little bit empty, which is why I wanted to hit that one first. But yeah, so our players had just finished grabbing before the session a kind of sleazy fraud guy named Paulie Vanderbeek, and then taking him in for a bounty to the Affinity Station. They had a poke around, managed to get paid for their bounty, but then managed to run into a low-level enforcer for, well, actually not that low level at all. We keep saying low level.
Yeah, I was
Some
gonna say,
sort of
they're
like
lieutenant, right?
lieutenant and member of the bottom rung gang. And Columbus is dead set on getting his ship back. That the leader of the bottom rung gang, this Ignacio Braun figure, stole from him in a card game, and decided the best way to do that was to, try swap the ship for a lieutenant, and managed to bust her out of jail with some shenanigans, I would say, and a light tasing and a lot of shenanigans is how
That's
I would
fair.
describe that attempt went. And alongside that, all of other characters were kind of walking around the station, meeting some people, learning about various NPCs that are kind of the backdrop of this. But the main piece of really useful information he found is that this station is owned by a company called Riavada, who for the last 15 years have been working on and protecting this kind of prototype archaeotech power device, which works off of stuffing a black hole into a gravity field and then using all the radiation and gravity and heat from that black hole to power the station. And everybody that you spoke to seemed to be really clear that it was very safe. And we'll see how that works out in the medium to long run. But yeah, and the exact moment that we left our story at was Columbus high on life, feeling like he's winning, barely spent any of his hit points re-rolling various dice to try and get this figure out. And then as they were heading past a designer spacesuit shop, actually, Yorkshire saw Teresina Huat, this gang lieutenant enforcer, and just went for her. And the last moments we had were blinding rage and Brian going, "No!"
Just hang on. Just wait.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? So I think in a classic start for a Orbital Blues adventure, I think we're just going to get to work rolling initiative, right?
Yeah.
That seems like a good start. The jazz music kicks in as the brawl begins. At least it does when I run Orbital Blues. That moment in the first episode of Cowboy Bebop where like they have the fist fight to the jazz music is like the moment when I was like, we're making a role-playing game. So I guess the first question is that I'm pretty sure that Yorkshire and Teresina are fighting. The Brian, are you rolling initiative as well?
Oh, I'm rolling. I got to get in here and break it up. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. And then because like the first question to ask before we do roll any dice is that, Drac, is this like very swift emotional appeal from Columbus gonna have any effect on Yorkshire whatsoever?
Not in the slightest.
Okay,
no.
cool. I do like offering the like explicit like opt out. We have obviously got we've gone through, just for those of you at home, a very thorough like sort of safety tool discovery process in which we've kind of mentioned how we're happy as players for like betrayal and inter-party conflict to happen, and that to occur in physical form as well. Sometimes it's something that some groups like to play with. I really like it in my Orbital Blues games, but some characters, some players obviously don't want to be fighting their friends, and I totally understand. But I like giving you, after the sort of 24-hour hangover of your decisions, a quick moment where you can consider if this is the right idea. But it sounds like we're all happy. So, okay, the way we're rolling initiative in Orbital Blues is each character rolls a d3 and adds their savvy. You also might have some modifiers from gambits, but I don't think the two you have, which are the Gambler for Columbus and Martial Artist for Yorkshire, are going to affect them in any way. And we're just going to have to roll a d3, adding that savvy. So go ahead, roll me a d6, half it, rounding up, and then see where we get to.
I rolled a 3. Oh, I rolled a 6. Having it down to a 3. I have no savvy.
I rolled a 5, having down to 3 plus 2, so a total of 5.
So there is another wonderful moment for you, those of you at home. As I said during the session 0, you guys are welcome to do player versus player combat, but there aren't any rules for it. So we'll deal with that. Everyone's just going to have to act as an independent agent. Thankfully, marks basically work like outlaws anyway, so we'll make it work here. We're going to see how Teresina goes. Which she's rolled a 3. We're halving that down to 2. She probably actually doesn't have savvy at all. She definitely seems like a muscle grit
lady.
than savvy kind of character. So it's you first, Drac. It's you first, Columbus. What are you doing with this action? You have normally the opportunity here for a. Also worth mentioning, is anybody using a ranged weapon right now? I don't think we are. I think this is a fist fight rather than a gunfight, yeah?
At least for me.
Yeah. I don't think I'm reaching for my gun. In this
Your stun
scenario.
gun, critically, is a melee weapon, Brian.
Yeah,
because
and
it's
would it have recharged by now?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I mean, technically it doesn't, because it's just like a melee weapon. It doesn't have a recharge time at all. Assume it's a fancy enough space taser that it works at that point.
Sure.
Yeah. It's worth mentioning that, like, in Orbital Blues, to make sure that, like, guns aren't just the best thing at all times, there are some, like, initiative bonuses and, like, attack bonuses if you are using a melee weapon against someone with a gun, just to kind of make it a little bit more cinematic and less shooty.
Sure.
But because everyone is just using melee weapons, we're rolling the same initiative here. Okay, so, Brian, you're up. You're going first. What is the movement here that you are going to do? I assume... I don't know what you're doing.
I don't really know what I'm doing. I think I'm just trying to get in between Yorkshire and Huat, and just like I don't even know what kind of I guess I'm making an attack on Yorkshire. All I'm trying to do is just like get a little bit of distance and time to hopefully cool Yorkshire off. So I'll just make an attack and try to like trip them.
What I'm going to say is that, like, I'm very happy kind of as the sort of narrative that, again, Orbital Blues combats are very, like, narrative, very sort of vibes heavy. And I think that you saying, like, I want to get in between for physical combat, Huat and Yorkshire, I would be okay with you saying, like, I'm going to do that. And then for Yorkshire to have to make a melee attack against Huat, having to, like, pass a brawn check or something like that, just to, like, shove you out of the way, basically. Like, I feel like that is a more accurate representation of what you're trying to do than, like, trying to punch him in the face or something, right? You're just trying to get in the way, slow things down, de-escalate, even though we're in combat time.
I think the thing that I may be trying to do, like, to put this in mechanical terms, I'm trying to position myself in between Yorkshire and Huat, and then my goal is to because I'm not going to beat Yorkshire in a fist fight. Let's be honest here. But I think the thing that I can do, since I have high savvy, I'm going to, if you'll allow it, I'll try to use my savvy to essentially like continue to block. Like I'm going to try to trip up and just delay as much as I can.
Just trip up, slow down. You want to make an attack roll, do it like that. That works for me. Go ahead. Make an attack roll, adding your savvy. The target is 8.
Actually, for me, it's 9. Because if it's in melee, because of martial, my unarmed strikes, I took the defensive tag, so actually +1 to target me specifically.
Okay, so it's 9 with a savvy.
Even still, that's a natural 9. +2 is 11. So I'm just coming in and like
what I'm going to say
as Yorkshire is like running for it, I'm like, no, wait. And as you are going to move around me, I'm just going to kind of like drop down and kind of like one man tabletop you.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get you off your feet and slow you down and give myself a second to like calm you down. Be like, no, Yorkshire, she's going to help me get
out
back
of the way,
ship.
Columbus, or I'll go through you.
Just stop it.
So what I would say here is that makes sense to me. No damage, obviously. That's not the stakes of what you're trying to do. We'll just ignore that third dice and say the 2 dice hit. And then at this point, I think that we have the same kind of question here for you, Drac, because you're up next in initiative order. I think you're at 4 and Terrazina's at 2. So the question here being is, are you just trying to like push Columbus out the way, move past him and towards this target? Or are you just gonna punch Columbus in the gut and then deal with the consequences later? Like,
I think right
are
now,
you gonna go past or through? Is the question.
Right now, I'm going past. Through, if this continues, I think is Yorkshire's.
So what I'd
right
say
now.
here is that because of this kind of impediment that's been put here, because you have been like hit with an attack, I'm going to say that if you make I'm going to make it say an against the odds brawn check. Does that not? No? Is it? Yeah, against the odds muscle check. Sorry, my best left buried is showing. The stats were renamed from the previous version. So yeah, I think it's an against the odds muscle check, and if you do that, you'll be in front of Terrazina, able to make an attack.
Okay. Against the odds, I rolled a 5, 5, and 4. So that'd be a 9 plus 2.
Yeah, cool.
11.
So what does this look like as you barrel this poor string bean spacer out the way?
Just holding onto your legs.
I think as you try like one-man tabletop me, I think you fully forget the type of martial arts I do, as I use the momentum and roll over you and immediately get into a Muay Thai stance right in front of Lieutenant's friend here.
Just parkour over me.
Yeah.
So you've got an opportunity to, like I said, because you've passed this check with flying colors, frankly, even through the against the odds that Brian has put in your way with this attack. You're going to get an opportunity to like make an attack against Terrazina. The bad news I have for you is that she also has the martial artist gambit. So you are going to be looking for a 9 here.
Okay.
Maybe not drunken boxing, but something similar. Straight attack roll here. 3d6. If 2 dice hit, the third dice make the damage.
Okay.
This is our sweet Spike Spiegel.
Oh, hell yeah. I rolled a 6, a 6, and a 1. I'm going to make this 6 and a 1 for 7 plus 2 equals 9. So I can use a 6 for the 6 damage.
So you're still doing it. Good
Jack,
Lord.
I need this woman.
I love it. We need this woman
alive.
alive. What are you doing?
I think I go over Columbus, roll, and immediately come up into a knee to the jaw. A leap up into a knee to the jaw of her and land and immediately get down. I'm moving. You've never seen me move this fast. Even in this almost drunken
You're not
haze.
moving. Sorry. You're not moving like a person with a hangover, is what I'd certainly say.
Yeah.
There's some dedication here. And I'm just now imagining.
Leans over. Oh, sorry. Delmar leans over to Range and just says, "Damn, I wish I had some popcorn."
You can see that Range next to you is just kind of like covering her face and she's shaking a little bit. I'm gonna add a blues because of that knee to the jaw right there.
Delmar's like, "Oh, hey, it's okay." She fishes out the pretzels that were supposed to be for Paulie in the bounty box and is like, "We got these." Opens them up and starts snacking.
Oh, thanks.
Guy's gonna die in there.
And just like starts shooting.
So yeah, I'm just imagining the kind of like drum fill that is done as you are like doing this like rolling, tumbling uppercut knee to the jaw thing, and like there is probably like a just moment of silence where Huat is like lifted, probably just off the ground by the force of this move, and then like lands on her back with like probably like spits out in a second just because she's already been hit last episode, as a reminder, by a 6 dice taser attack. So probably less than 3 minutes ago, she was tased, and I'm not imagining she's doing great after that. So this is a hell of a hit, and this is a woman who is like quick and violent, but not big, right? very much like a sort of glass cannon in the martial sense. So I think about 12 heart is probably where she'd be sitting after those 2 attacks. And so at this point, I just say knock down straight out. And so her turn is going to be spent like sitting up from the floor and like trying to just I'm honestly probably no, I don't need to do that. I'm just saying like, damn Yorkshire, good to see you too. And she like tries to bring herself like up onto an arm. There's a moment here, Drac, where like we're going to the top of the round again. And are you still going? Because that's going to affect Brian's turn, right? That's like the question.
I would say that Columbus sees no sign that Yorkshire's going to stop. They're already moving towards her again.
Yorkshire! I'm just going to pull out my stun gun and go to stun Yorkshire then.
Go for it. Yeah, okay, sure. So make that attack. Your target is it? So your weapon is defensive. This counts as a melee weapon. So yeah, you're looking for 9.
Okay, I rolled a 4-2-2. So that won't. Does this use savvy, or no?
This uses savvy, yeah, for this attack, I'd say.
Okay, so that gets me to 8, but I need 9, so I have to burn a
Let
goddamn
me just
heart.
look at the definition of this weapon trait, because that does have a little bit of impact here. Defensive when defending against melee attacks. So yeah, because of how we've worded stun gun, I think that it is going to count here. Normally, I'd kind of make an argument about this, but like, yeah, you're gonna need to burn some heart to get through this.
Okay, so I'm gonna burn a heart. I don't get to reroll 2 dice like I do when I'm doing other stuff. I just get to reroll 1. So I'm sitting at a 4 and a 2. I just need to get a 3 and above. I'm good. 66%
you
chance.
Don't
I'm
because.
Good.
Do you think that, like, if you hit it with a 3, do you think that 2 heart is going to stop Yorkshire? Like, is that enough? I don't think so.
Actually, I don't know. What is the stun condition for the stun gun? What does that mechanically do? Is that like a loss of a turn or anything?
I looked it up. And
target's reduced to 0 heart or unconscious instead of dead.
Oh, I gotta get them all the way.
You are going to need a lot more than a 2 to take that down. Like, if I remember correctly, Yorkshire's going to have 8 heart. So
10,
1,
I believe.
10. 10?
Yeah.
Is it 8? It's 8 plus. Is it 8 plus?
8 plus muscle, yeah.
Have I forgotten the rules for my own game?
Okay.
I mean, that would make sense. That sounds like the kind of thing I'd do. Forget the rules for my own game, that is.
I gotta get. Okay, so if I gotta get Yorkshire all the way fucking down.
I mean, yeah, it's 8 plus muscle, so it is 10. I mean, again, the question here is that, like, is this, guys, you're making this so easy for me. Like, by the time that, like, our party's main fighter has finished, like, beating the other up, and Brian has used, like, every single one of his heart to, like, in a PvP scenario, like, this is perfect. Thank you for making my this is great.
Great.
Brian, I don't know if this affects what you're gonna do, but I will say that the second you pull out a stun gun as though you're gonna hit Yorkshire with it, Delmar is charging frantically at you and trying to tackle you.
Guys, I need this woman alive.
Right?
We don't stun gun our friends, dude. She's still running at you.
I didn't start this.
Michelle, roll initiative then, please. D3 plus your savvy. You need to beat a 5 here to be going before Brian for what it's worth. So there might be a stun gunning and then an impact charge.
No, I only got a 3, so I will say that I'm much further away than Yorkshire and nowhere near as fast. Yeah. So I'm running and yelling,
okay.
But I'm far.
I mean, like,
okay, then
you haven't just again, like a quick narrative thing here. You haven't told Yorkshire why it's important you have this person, right?
Sure.
Like, you haven't pulled the "she can get us to Ignacio" stop line. And that is, I mean, at least in my opinion, I can't speak for Drac here, but that is probably the silver bullet that you have that is going to do a lot more damage to Drac than a taser. Right.
I'm
I will say that for sure.
I think since I already rolled it, I'm gonna move forward. But
Okay.
I,
We
I
got,
won't,
yeah, no,
I
we got to
won't
stick.
burn the heart. I won't burn the heart at least.
Yeah.
And I'm as I've written, Drac parkours off of me and uses my momentum to hurt her even worse in truly the worst way you could have used me. I'm like swinging out as you're going up with the stun gun to try to stop you, and I think you get like a bit of static like grazing against you, and you probably feel a little bit of a jolt and know that I did it, but it doesn't. I essentially miss with my attack, and the thing I'm going to do is pull out my gun and just shoot it off, not at you. I just want a loud bang. Yorkshire, she can get me back my ship. She's my only way to fucking Ignacio. Stop. Just let me.
She
You
needs to die, Columbus.
You can kick her ass after she makes a phone call for me. I need 3 minutes, one phone call. 3 minutes, one phone call.
I'm not a GM, but may I ask for a savvy roll?
From me? Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
okay, Drac. Oh, you know what? It's probably. I think it's gonna be a straight roll because let's be honest, the gun would maybe give me advantage, but you being pissed off would give me disadvantage. So let's call it flat. 6, 2 plus 2. That's 10 savvy.
You see, as you fire this gun in the air, I'm coming down with like almost like a God, I can't remember what the name of it. I think it's like an axe kick going directly for the
Sure.
back and the top of her head, and I stop literally an inch before making contact. You see my memento, these antique sneakers, barely an inch away from the back of her head, as I as I freeze. You have no idea what the fuck you're doing, Columbus.
I'm just seeing this like full on anime moment of your foot stopping here and like the wind going and her hair like flies down. Listen, I think my whole character's thing is not about lying to get away. It's about lying to get me 15 seconds into the future. Like I don't need to convince you forever. I need to convince you for the next 3 minutes. Listen, if you want to do whatever you need to do with her, that's fine. I'm not trying to get in your way. But quite frankly, Yorkshire, you owe me this. You were there when I lost my ship in a crooked game. And listen, maybe we were at cross purposes slightly. Maybe we talked past each other a little bit. But I think you can admit that you at least owe me 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
I'm doing this because I owe you, Columbus. These people are dangerous.
I know. And what better way to deal with dangerous people than to steal back the things that they stole from you? Other than killing them. I recognize killing them might be a better way to deal with them. But for me, that doesn't get me back to zero, okay? You are looking at everything I own. This suit, this defunct $2 million poker chip from that same goddamn casino, and that's it. I don't own any underwear anymore. It's too many holes. I had to throw them out. That's how broke I am. You didn't want to know that, but now you know that. That's how far I've sunk, okay? And on my ship is a whole chest full of clothes, is a whole fridge full of food, and is my ship. That's all I want. Give me
Columbus.
3 minutes and I can make that happen.
Columbus. This one. And I'll let my foot come down, not to kill, just tap on the back of their head before setting my foot back down on the ground. And Ignacio, they got one of my closest friends killed.
Well, then we're
one
not
that could hold themselves in a fight far better than you. You better know what you're doing.
Listen, my thing isn't fighting. You know that. Your thing is fighting. I'm not trying to fight with you here. I'm saying let's work together. I want Ignacio here so I can get my ship. You want Ignacio here so that you can get revenge. Would you rather just take care of this woman, this lieutenant, or do you want the boss that fucked you over? You gotta have it all. If you don't put it all in the pot, you can't win. They'll always know that you're holding back, and I'm not here to hold back. I want it all. And that's the exact same thing you should want. Put it all in the middle, risk it all, and you can win fucking big.
I need a fucking drink. And I walk away and I head to the dive bar.
As Yorkshire's walking
Oh,
away,
fuck.
Delmar reaches Columbus, having slowed down when she saw that the fight was over, and she just clips him real hard on the back of the head. And it's like, don't fucking stun our friends, you dickhead.
Columbus is immediately like, yeah, fuck, no, come on. Let me turn to Delmar. Just let me celebrate for
Say
one
me
goddamn.
the monologue. Oh my god, you talk so much. Shut up. Stop. No.
Ah.
I shall follow after Yorkshire.
I didn't stun. I tried to stun. It's different.
Range, where are you going?
So
Who
Range
are you
is just
following?
Range just has been watching this entire time, and it's just like incrementally shaking more and more throughout this conversation. And their eyes begin to well up and get glassy and wet. And Range is actually going to head back towards the ship. So does that leave the lieutenant
that's in the
alone with
same-
Yorkshire?
Oh, I'm walking to the dive bar. That leaves the lieutenant alone with Columbus.
I think it's alone with Columbus. Hey, you got what you wanted. Good luck.
That's all I
Mhm.
want. In 3 minutes.
Yeah, so Range just leaves, heads back towards the ship.
Columbus is kind of
Okay.
looking around as like briefly all of his friends came together. All of them, or 2 out of 3 of them hit him, and then one of them just kind of looked and then immediately like started getting misty-eyed and walking away. So he's just sitting there like, I mean, we could still do this together. All right, and it's just gonna pick up this woman again, who I think now is like was just stunned and then was smacked all to hell by Yorkshire. So I'm like basically hoisting her over my shoulder at this point, and I'm just walking her, kind of following along, I think behind Range a bit.
As you
to a
try,
phone. Yeah.
sorry, as you try to do that, she like shoves you off and is like, "Fuck you, man," and just starts walking. Like she's been hit, but she's big and tough. She doesn't need to lean on your shoulder. But yeah,
Listen, I'm just
so-
trying to help. You just got kicked square in the goddamn face. All right, so I just thought you might need a little bit of kindness from a kindly stranger who did not 5 minutes ago break you out of jail.
walk less.
You know what?
Walk more.
No,
And
you
then-
don't get. I broke you out of jail. I did my half. You're in my momentary custody and owe me a favor. I'm going to talk however goddamn much I please. This is what I do. You get to punch people in the face. Yorkshire gets to kick people in the face, but I get to talk. It's the only thing I can do. You've got fists. I got this. So now what you need to be doing is getting to walking, getting to dialing, and getting to talking, because you said you could get Ignacio here, and that's what I want. And if you want me to not turn you over to Yorkshire, and let me tell you, Yorkshire ain't going to be nearly as nice and isn't going to talk nearly as much as me, then all you got to do, call up Ignacio, ring, 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 get him here with my ship. And then we're square.
Columbus, bud. What does Ignacio do to people that don't do a good job for him? What does he do to them? What happened to Yorkshire's friend? Do you remember?
Yeah.
He fucking kills them, doesn't he? So, do you think me getting locked up in pretty old prison, nabbed by some Rimworld sheriff, and ready to spill my guts about everything he does, maybe that's what he thinks, is going to mean he's going to have me back in broken arms? Have me back in open arms.
Listen, I don't care how you get him here. If you get him here by wanting him to come here to kill you, that's fine by me. But I can put you back in that cell just as quick.
He's
as
already
anything.
on his way, you motherfucker. Your phone call is just going to mean he's going to be maybe knowing who else is here to see him when he gets here.
Well, then at least tell me where he's going to be showing up. What dock?
She is walking, by the way. You are both
I'm
walking
walking
towards
with her.
the Comedy Center. Okay. Quick moment. 1 second of downtime. How many blues have people all been marking after that session? Like, are we? Has everyone been doing all their various things? 5, 6, many. Okay.
I'm at 6.
Just wanted to check in that everybody, because there was some awesome role playing that session, monologuing, welling up, not shooting our friends, getting all nasty. And yeah, just wanted to make sure everyone has been marking those sad for XP points. Cool. Okay.
Love getting sad for
So,
XP.
So I think that of the people we're talking to, I think that Delmar and Yorkshire are going to get to the bar first. Everything is a little bit chaotic right now. Another gunshot has gone off in the station. And I wonder, because I do need to remember there is a sheriff trapped in the sheriff's office right now. There is no longer a sheriff trapped in the sheriff's office. As you are heading into this bar, you hear not just a bang, but a bang, bang, bang. It's like 3 shots from a hand cannon, like blast into the door of the sheriff's office to hit the chain on whatever things are done, and the door swings open. Sheriff Garganroth there's blood on his sleeve from clearly doing whatever medical care he's ended up doing to this deputy, and he is like by himself. This is the sheriff of the station for those joining anew, and his cowboy hat is on, his kind of outlaw cloak, his kind of duster is moving in a wind that definitely isn't there as he like strides out into the door with like a face of fucking pure incarnate rage on his charming mouth. And he says, "You," pointing at Delmar and Yorkshire, "your fucking buddy, Mr. Wink Wink Nudge Nudge, where is that son of a bitch?" And starts like striding over towards you.
Delmar just immediately points towards him. He's over there. Fuck that guy. Go get him.
Okay, well,
Nudge Nudge is so good.
And he storms down the fucking corridor. And I assume you guys just go into the bar?
Yeah.
Okay. There is a not a commotion inside the bar, but certainly as you like swing the double doors open into this kind of really janky dive bar full of like cheap fake cowboy booze and old it's a mixture of like miners and old timers in sort of classic Western tradition. And there's a bit of a sort of a sort of gentle milling of the times, given that like 4 gunshots just went off in the last minute and a half, and everyone's like, and Walter, the barman, is like, "Hey, what the hell's going on out there?"
Just drama.
Bullshit. Can I have whatever we ordered last time, mate?
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, cool. So to be clear, you guys can get a table, you guys can sit down, and you can have a drink. Is there anything else we need to do in this scene? Like, are there any words you guys need to have for each other? Or is this more of a drinking
we got some chatting to do.
Yeah. I got like a full bottle in front of me and just like, what the fuck is wrong with him?
Listen, You remember that Silverati that Mr. F Infinity has in his mechanics workshop?
Yeah.
And Delmar will dangle the key that she wears around her neck. Funny thing about those fancy sports ships, all the keys are really easily adapted. You can steal any of them with the same key. So how about we let that dipshit get dead if that's what he wants to do? We get the fuck out of here, man.
I take a swig from the bottle and set it down. No. Much he fucking pisses me off, he's still a friend.
Yeah, and we don't have a lot of those, I get it. But Yorkshire, you know I can't fucking see him. I can't fucking...
Yeah, I know. But Columbus is fucking stupid. And stubborn. Last time I let him to his devices, he lost his ship to you two.
Yeah, listen. I steal ships, I get it. Like, I'm not goody two-shoes over here. None of us are goody two-shoes over here. I literally kill people. I'm not judging you. Yeah, all I wanted to do was have fun. Go fast, burn them out, and then find the next ship. I didn't want to be killing fucking people. I didn't want to watch him kill your friend because your friend said 2 words to me in too friendly a way, and yet here we fucking are. What do you think he's going to do to that dumbass when he gets here and sees us with him?
Oh, no, he's going to try to kill all of us, that's for sure.
We're supposed to chase bounties. We're not supposed to run into the arms of fucking murderers.
Range. Fuck. Range does not like this kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're supposed to let her get dragged into it too? Just because that dipshit can't win at cards.
I think we should stick around.
Okay.
There's no way we're going to pull Columbus away from this without him seeing how dangerous Ignicio is. Once he does, we can drag him kicking and screaming if we need to.
All right. But if I die at the end of this, I'm going to fucking kill you.
Yeah, fine. I'll allow you to do that.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. Can you, I'm probably going to stay here a bit longer. Could you, like, apologize to Range? I don't think they're going to want to see me right now.
Listen, I'm sure they know, but yeah, buddy, I'll tell them.
Yeah.
And Delmar will clap Yorkshire on the back. It's probably just as hard as she hit Columbus, but on Yorkshire it barely makes an impact. And she'll head out to try and find Range.
And I'll keep drinking.
Okay, so Range, you're heading for the spaceship. Brian, there is a Corvair communications payphone in the station, like in the dock area, but also you will have like a sort of long range communications device on the ship you can use if you'd rather have the call be somewhere more private.
I begin moving us over into this like Corvair payphone, and then I turn over. I'm just kind of like, okay, so all you got to do is make a quick call. Let me know exactly where he's gonna be, and then we're square. I'll get you out of here. And then I look over and I see the sheriff like walking towards me, like has 2 6-shooters drawn. Is just like stomping through the station. I go, oh fuck, we're gonna do this on the ship. We're doing it on the ship, and I'm just grabbing her and we're running towards the ship. And I think even we're probably like maybe passing Range on the way, and I'm just like, Range, come on, let's go to the ship, to the ship.
Okay. And Range begins to kind of pick up pace and follow after.
We're just serpentining.
As we get onto the ship, Range will begin to beep boop beep, boop, 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 set it up so that the communication line is open, and so the lieutenant can start to dial a call. And then she kind of like leans back and says, Columbus can...
Just quickly, Stella.
Yeah.
Before you are able to get onto the ship, as the door is sliding up, there is a clang and a second clang of a pair of bullets zinging off the door behind you. Right?
From behind us?
Behind you, yeah, the sheriff is shooting at you. Like you are entering a spaceship with a gang enforcer that you just busted out of prison. He's taken 2 shots at you. They have not hit. But yeah, you are getting shot at right now. Just in case Stella rather, that changes anything Range might be doing in this moment.
Yes, Range just immediately abandons everything and just runs into the ship, and whether Columbus and the lieutenant are fast enough or not, she's just gonna close the blast doors.
Yeah, I'm like grabbing
I
this
think
woman, just like tossing her in.
Yeah, you are all inside the ship by the time that the doors are shutting. Don't worry. Okay, cool.
What the hell, Columbus? The sheriff is shooting at us.
Yeah, I got him exactly where I want him.
What?
He just says it as he's sweating bullets. Range, can you set up a... Listen, I know we're gonna... This looks scary right now. I promise you it's... Well, really, it's exactly as scary as it seems. But can you set up a long-range call?
I can, but... Yeah, and you'll see Range moves over and beep, boop, beep, boop, 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 sets it up, and then we'll say, Columbus, can I have a word with you over here?
Yeah, and I'm like motioning for Hwat to like start getting the numbers going in, and I walk over with Range.
She's doing that.
Look.
Yeah.
This doesn't just look scary. This is terrifying. I've spent the better part of a year trying to escape these people, and they're coming right at us. I've never been more scared in my life. This isn't a small thing.
No, it's not. And I recognize I'm putting you in a tough situation, but the thing is, I've gotten very used to holding my hand over the flame, okay? And it's real simple to... Yeah.
Brian, Ignatius on the phone right now.
Oh, shit.
Are you going to finish this, or are you going to go take your phone call?
Sorry, the thing is, it's real. The trick is that it's not minding the flame, and I've got really... My hand doesn't feel flame anymore, and so I'm really good at getting to... And you're not, and I recognize that. I'm going to get you through this. That's all I'm saying. Give me 1 second. 1 second. I just read over. Ignacio, just give me 1 second. I got to finish a thing. This is Columbus. We're gonna chat in a minute. Give me one.
Hey,
moment.
Columbus.
Just stay right. No.
How you doing?
Stay right there. Talk to Hwat. You guys have a lot to catch up on. And I run back to Range, and I'm just like, kind of getting close. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna get you through this. I know this is scary, and it hurts. The whole thing about gambling, the whole thing that I live my life by, is the closer you get to the flame, the less you can flinch, the more you can win. And right now, I am at the edge. You think I'm not scared? I've been scared for months. I have nothing.
Why are we playing with fire? Like, can we just not be around an open flame?
The world is fire. The world is fire. And all you've got to do is get close to it. But the thing is, if you get too close, then you get burned. And I'm trying not to get burned, but I'm also trying to survive. If I don't get my stuff back, I am going to die. Frankly, I am so in debt. I am so down and out. You are feeling a heightened version of momentary terror, and I totally get that. I've been living in a low-level terror for months.
You are the most selfish person I've ever met.
Hey, Columbus, Range. He's here.
So, go back on the phone.
As
Ignacio?
No. He's gone. He's gone. He's not on the phone anymore.
Oh, God damn it. Can you
He's
call
here.
him back?
He's on Affinity. And as that happens, there is a shudder in the station. There is a pulse, a warning siren, a blaring sky-ending klaxon of burr, burr, burr that you hear through the hull of your ship and through everything else. And then after a moment, you know that feeling you've had where 1.3x gravity has been like annoying and frustrating and a little bit hard to deal with, and you've been feeling hot and heavy? It goes to 1.8. Oh, the pressure ramps. The engine is doing something, and the station is not happy about it. And your old gambling buddy is not on the phone anymore. And right there, let's take a quick bio break.
You motherfucker.
God.
We're an hour in, and the sky is falling down. We'll see you in about 5 minutes. Tony, why don't you give us a commercial break?
Yeah, as everybody else heads off to do whatever they're going to do during this 5-minute break, let me remind you to go over to ttrpg.link/orbitalbluesmonth, all spelled out. It'll take you to the 6 projects that are live right now. Again, if you back all of those at a digital level or higher, you're going to get a copy of Atmospheric Breakup, a sandbox toolkit that helps you create your own adventures for Orbital Blues based on the characters' backgrounds and backstories. It's on full display right now. You can also check out everything else going on in the world of Orbital Blues. Get over to the Soul Muppet website, or if you want to support us here at Plus One EXP, go to plus1exp.com. Check out Zine.Club and other cool stuff we've got going on over there. Also, too, we'll be back in just a few minutes.
everybody. Welcome back to part 2 of episode 2 of Atmospheric Breakup. As one of the things that always used to do in my head is that from playing a lot of D&D influenced by like Matt Colville, what he always used to say when he was doing his actual play was, when last we left our heroes. And like, I love just how completely useless and inappropriate that is for Orbital Blues, because like almost none of the characters you see in this setting are heroes. So I love beginning these kind of recaps with, so when last we left our heroes, just as a bit of drama. Things were heating up, both literally and figuratively. Multiple gunshots have been fired on the station promenade. Phone calls have been hung up. The gravity is hot and heavy, and the klaxons are firing all around the station. I think so where everyone is right now, Columbus and Ranger are on the ship with Teresina. Delmar is like walking down the corridor some 3 or 4 minutes behind the sheriff, I would say, given the conversation you've had. So he's probably going to appear midway through this scene. And Yorkshire is drinking some fashion of alcohol in the bar as the warning sirens blare, the gravity kicks in, which is like again, I don't know how much everyone is familiar with like the impacts of gravity. 1.3 is uncomfortable. Where you are at right now, which is 1.8 to 2, is like no longer at the point of human comfort, right? You can do it for a short period of time, but it is the equivalent of operating in oh my god, I've now got to convert this into Celsius, into Fahrenheit for the damn Americans.
You can give it. I
on
was
the
a chemist.
cast.
You can give it to me in Celsius.
No, I need it in Fahrenheit, please.
Fahrenheit. So I guess it's not too bad. 2G is noticeable and unpleasant. If we get to 3G, that's the equivalent of working in like 40 degrees C to 100 Fahrenheit. So we're not there yet, but if everything keeps going badly, it's going to be the equivalent of everything being extremely bad biologically for everyone.
That's 104 Fahrenheit.
Right now, yeah, as this kicks in, it's like the ability of blood to reach your head is harder, which means your heart has to beat about 20 beats a minute faster to do nothing, is how this feels right now. And also, I found this out while doing research last night. It makes hangovers worse.
Suck it,
which
Yorkshire.
Is crazy. I mean, like, yeah. This is, to be clear, only theoretical.
Did they have to hang over some scientists and then put them in artificial gravity?
Enough for it to be a significant sample size as well.
I'll bet you that it was a scientist who did not plan on, like, some scientist came into work hungover and was going to hide it, and then it turned out being like scientific data. Like, now they had to tell people. It was important for their job that they're like, hey guys, I got a little too drunk on tequila shots last night, and it turns out there's an extra side effect.
But yeah, it gives you headaches, it makes your heart run hotter, and it increases, it can cause us problems with dehydration as well. Just because your body is operating on that. Obviously, it's been 5 seconds. So what it feels like right now is like your heart having to beat faster to accommodate, and the contents, the liquid parts of your body, your stomach and your like saliva and your gut are like being pushed down more than normal. And it feels horrid, so I've heard. What are you doing in this bar right now, Drac? How is Yorkshire feeling in this given moment?
I've been drinking straight from the bottle of everything we've ordered. And I think the moment that this sudden increase of gravity happens, I like my head, like I'm already like slowly lowering my head down to like nap a little bit. And it's exactly when the gravity increases and I slam my head into the table. I'll pull myself up and I look around. Everyone else seems to like have noticeably shifted due to this gravity. Is everyone else like noticing this or commenting on it?
I mean, everyone on the station's like panicking because like there's klaxons going off, there's warning sirens, and
Oh yeah.
10 seconds in to the moment. I mean, the other effect of high gravity, and you'd be familiar with this, is that right now, the fact that this is a space station is based around the concept that you are in free orbit, and while you are in the confines of the space station, there is a small gravitic field. But what there will be is there will be a second wave of this like Alalani gravity plating, which is stopping everything outside the station, like the stuff on your ship or the ship's kind of floating around, all the sort of drones and docked vessels from being affected by the gravity. But that gravity plating is calibrated to stop everything outside being 1.3, which means that it also is going to stop everything outside now from being 0, because this singularity is now pulling in harder, and it means that ships are not going to be able to leave in the same way, right? You're not going to be able. It's like the equivalent, basically, of like 2/3 of an atmosphere being put on top of your ability to leave the space station, right? So big ships or light ships with really powerful engines might be okay, but the bigger in mass a ship is, like your ship, for example, will not be able to leave the station now until gravity returns to normal, right? You're stranded here. And I think these people clearly are not like used to warning sirens and random gravity increases, and everyone is panicking a bit. Swass is like, okay, everybody, stay calm. It's going to be all right. Don't worry. This is just, we'll go check on the station, see what's happening in engineering, and then go from there. And he like starts making a phone call. He like goes to the thing in his booth and is like, tries to ring someone.
I will like drunkenly pull myself up onto my feet and grab a couple bottles, and I think we'll try, like, as I walk past, try to grab a bottle from the behind the counter as well. I'm not even trying to hide or be sneaky about it. I'm just gonna grab a bottle when I walk past the bar and walk out and start heading towards the ship. God damn it! What the fuck did Columbus do this time? As I
I didn't do anything.
as I head to the ship.
I don't control black holes.
So on your so back in the docks in Hangar Bay, basically, you're kind of so I'm imagining there's like a sort of central area that you guys are all kind of in, and the ship is kind of moored on the outside of the station, and then there is this walkway that you will have like docked into that's like a little bit long, and like a sort of a very short version of like the an airlock with the sort of walk on that you would have for a commercial airliner or whatever. Mm-hmm. And beyond there is this open space where there are a couple of like smaller vessels which are able to dock inside, just like here, like jump boats and starfighters and stuff like that. Whereas your ship is a full freighter, which means it's docking on the outside. And then beyond there is like the telecommunications array and all the other small businesses, like the bounty booth, and the auto shop, right? And I imagine that this kind of like hangar bay sized room is what Delmar is walking into right now, and is probably like a minute or two away from getting to the main docking air, like the docking strut, basically, where the sheriff is, and then beyond there, your ship, where Range and Columbus are, and Yorkshire, you are probably 4 or 5 minutes away from that point specifically.
Yeah.
As we like cut to, so Delmar, you're still moving, you're walking, and I think we're going to cut back to Range and Columbus as like the gravity hits and this revelation that like he's hung up has happened. And like, yeah, what are you doing?
soon as we feel it, Range just kind of like doubles over, like, oh my god. The gravity must have been affected on the ship, on the space station. Oh,
Yeah, this is why we shouldn't be doing black hole bullshit for space stations. Okay, we'll get Ignacio, we'll find him, we'll get my ship, we'll get out of here. Quick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 punch. It's like a 10-step plan, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm just turning to Hwat and just being like, did he say anything? What did he say?
You guys on like the bridge of the ship right now?
I
I
imagine
assume that's
so.
where we.
I think that's where you'd be making this call, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I imagine that. Oh yeah, what will happen is going to be pretty easy. You see from the viewport of the ship, like the front window, effectively, and on the scanners in front of you that are like still running in the background, is well, the first thing is like on the scanners there is a like emergency hail of like a warning that is like unexpected gravity encountered, anomaly accepted, move away, move away. Lots of
Just
like the normal warning
moving
signs you get
past
if there was a
those
thing.
like pop-ups. I'm like, no, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
need
yeah, yeah.
stop it. They put so many of
Yeah.
these things on here.
But also, what you see on the scanner is a ship with a call sign that you recognize. PCU hyphen 14265A. It's your ship. And then you look out the view screen ahead of you, and there it is. The Are we still in Ohio? But on the tag in front of you on the screen is not the name you registered it with. It's a different name. It's the Last Duke of Brooklyn. And it's not that beautiful cherry red anymore. It is instead a sort of like dark sky blue with a kind of some sort of metallic detail on it. And even at this distance, because you know what your ship looks like, even from 100 kilometers. The distance away that ships are in space, you probably in real life wouldn't actually be able to see at the range you'd be floating around at you from. But let's say you can, for argument's sake. No, the viewport brings up a little zoom of it once you tap the button.
I tap the window and go, what the fuck did he do?
And there's also there is a torpedo brace stats like attached to the bottom of it, like beneath like the curve of the wingspan. There are like 6 to 12 like military grade torpedoes.
I think as I'm zooming in, I'm so focused on the like, especially coming from Ohio. It was originally scarlet and gray, and now it's maize and gold, which is the colors of Michigan, which is our greatest rival. So I'm zooming in, I'm looking at the colors, just getting pissed. And Range, I think it's only as I'm zooming in on the wings, me not noticing the missiles at all, that you just all of a sudden clock.
I just reach over you and I zoom in further, focusing on the weapons. It looks like there's some upgrades to your ship. Are those torpedoes?
I'd say there's some downgrades. Look at that color scheme. It's awful.
No. I'm just like slapping your hands away. Look, it's got torpedoes. Fuck.
Well, okay. All we got to do is get the ship, and then they're our torpedoes. You got to.
You're getting a hail right now. You're getting a hail
from the Last Duke of Brooklyn.
Oh God, no! It's coming from someone is ringing your doorbell.
Oh, I'll answer it. Hello, yes.
You open this goddamn door, you string bean motherfucker. I will. You're not getting. What have you done to my fucking station? I will blow this door down.
Excuse me. You got to be careful because now that we're in, and I'm gonna try to bullshit this guy. Hey, listen, I totally understand it. We're going to be coming out momentarily. We're having some difficulties with our mechanics because of the increased gravity and the heat. And please listen, I understand that you're angry. If increased gravity, you could blow a hole in the entire station. Okay, so listen, my friend here is a world-class physicist, and I'm just like pulling Range over. I'm like, and she can tell you that anything you do at this moment that increases the chaos in this realm could kill us all. So just please calm down for just a moment, and we'll come
he
out.
puts a hole in the. You hear a bang, and there is and then inside your ship, probably like 10, 15 meters away, because you've had to go through a few tunnels. You hear like the zing, zing, zap of like a bullet ricocheting inside your hallway.
Okay, well, so that wasn't what I said. I am going to try to hail the last Duke of Brooklyn.
You're hanging up and ringing the last Duke of Brooklyn.
I'm trying to hail the last Duke of Brooklyn.
Oh, then yeah. wait. I go, please hold. Yes, I hear you pinging around. Please hold. Boop. And then I'm going to start ringing as Delmar is also starting to ring.
I want to say that instead of when I got to that large area, I went to the cool place that Columbus was originally at to try and hail the ship, because I've seen it coming in, and I know his favorite colors.
You're ringing the last Duke. Okay, cool.
Because I ring the other thing is, and I start getting a busy signal. I'm like, come on.
Okay, so do you know the phone number for this ship? Do you think?
Me? Sure, I helped steal it. I think I would know how to hail it.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you know the registry, certainly. So yeah, you give it a ring, and he picks up.
Hey.
Person calling usually says the first thing. Do you want to say who you are?
You know who I am.
Oh. Hey, honey. Ugh. How you doing?
Look. You can't even let me just run chicken shit little jobs on some backwater station without coming and blowing shit up, huh?
I did not know you are here, but you're gonna try to get in my way, are you?
Get in your way? What the fuck are you doing here then?
Maybe, but look after his things are different now. I've grown a little bit. A little bit. And while I'm here, there's some stuff worth stealing, I'm sure. They would have nailed everything down, will they?
I don't steal things the way you steal things. You know that.
Hey, there's still time. I can cut you in. I know things didn't end on the best between us, but it doesn't have to stay that way.
Listen. I've been running with some fucking dipshit that you stole that ship from. And he is determined to get in your way, and I just want to ask you not to kill him.
Kill him?
Yeah.
I don't think me being here has to have me killing anyone. It sounds like, from what Terry said, he's already broken out the person I was here to rescue. So, we can make this all amicable as long as nobody gets emotional. Right?
Sounds great.
Well, yeah, that doesn't sound like you, does it, huh?
Get fucked, emotional. Ignatia. She'll hang up.
Cool. Rich, what are you doing right now?
Sorry, who was that?
Range, Stella.
Range has moved out of the bridge and is over by the entrance, just kind of like looking through the viewport on what is essentially the front door and just trying to see who's all out there.
It's the sheriff. He's angry. He's banging on it. He's trying to override your access codes, but I'm assuming you've done your job properly as engineer, so he's not going to be able to get in easily.
Range will push the local speaker button so that she could talk to the other side and say, look, how about we stop shooting and resorting to violence? I'm sure we could work this out.
Yeah, just open the damn door and give me my prisoner back so I can get back to dealing with whatever the fuck is happening to my goddamn station right now.
Well, it looks like that Ignacio Braun is here. So you have a high priority bounty just right out of your station.
Yeah, okay. The bottom rung gang guy?
Yes.
He's here for his fuck. Okay, cool. Get the damn door open so we can deal with this. You can't where is he then? Is he in orbit or is he in the engine?
In the engine? I don't think. No, he's right outside of our viewport.
Well, let's open the fucking door. Let's do. How you can't do what he's doing unless you're there. Like that's he's and there's somebody
I don't respond
in
to
the
authority
station
very
doing
well.
that right
Can
now.
you say please?
Open the door, please. Thank you very much.
Boop. I open the door.
Good.
Columbus
Right.
back on the bridge is talking as if Range is right behind him. Okay, so listen, it's fine. As long as we don't open the door, everything's gonna be great.
And then okay. So you're still on hold at Columbus, and I imagine that like that conversation happened. He's leaving you on dial tone, and then you get the call from the last drop connects with the last week of Brooklyn, and Ignatius on the other end of the line. He's like, "Hey, Spacer."
Hey, asshole, I got your lieutenant here. You want to do a little swippy swap, a little trade?
A swippy swap.
A
How old are
swippy
you, dude?
swap.
Yeah, a swippy swap.
A swippy swap. I stand by it.
Why do I need to do a trade with you?
You don't want your high-ranking lieutenant with a lot of intel who I broke out of jail just for you?
For me. And in exchange for that person I was going to get without your help and will get without your help, I'm, let me guess, going to give you my spaceship.
Well, I was just going to say a hearty thank you, but you know what? Spaceship works really well. That seems totally fair. You know, we can make it square, no IOUs, no bad feelings on either side, just a clean break. You start with everything that you started with, I start with everything I started with, and we're A-okay.
How about we do the kind of deal we did last time, where you put all your cards on the table, I put all my cards on the table, and then I take you for everything you've got, down to the last buck. That's how you like to play cards, right?
It's the only way to play cards.
Oh, I like playing cards.
Listen, you may think you have all of the cards right now, but the problem is you came to this station at a pretty piss poor time. Because I don't know if you're looking down at your scanners right now, but you're locked in a gravity field. You've gotten a little bit too close, didn't you? And it seems like there's some kind of malfunction happening on this ship. We're sitting at 1.8 Gs right now. And if my scanners are looking right, it looks like something's going wrong with the engine. Now, I know my ship pretty well. My ship can't escape this gravity. But there are some F infinity shapes on this hunk junk station that could. So what you really need to ask yourself is, do you want to waste your time talking with me and try to keep something that possibly in a few hours will be turned into a microscopic bit of dust inside of a black hole? Or do you want to come on this station? I can show you where a near FTL drive is, and you can escape this gravity sink. And all you got to do is leave behind my ship.
Oh man, It's been great talking, Columbus. Have a good one. And then he hangs up.
Well, shit.
I imagine that Range is like following the sheriff onto the ship and is like fussing after him, being like, look, there's torpedoes attached to it, and I'm just kind of afraid that what would happen if a torpedo goes heading on over towards the singularity
Real
engine.
bad. Torpedoes and black holes, real bad. You're very right. You're a physicist, an engineer, right?
Huh? I'm a grease monkey.
Greece, yeah, perfect. Sounds good. There's smart people at the engine. Let's all get there as quick as possible once I have both these people in handcuffs. Sound good to you? Yeah?
Uh,
Good.
maybe not
Or
Columbus.
do I have to get you for resisting arrest as well?
Oh,
because I can do that.
Nope.
Good. Right? Perfect. Solid. So at this point, Range and Roth are about to walk onto the ship's bridge. Delmar, Yorkshire has catched up with you. You are now like finishing your phone call. I imagine that probably took you a hot minute to get on the same page, get back to planet A. And you guys are in the are now together talking to each other. I imagine you're going to be able to update Yorkshire about what is happening right now.
Yeah.
And you're going to have a couple minutes, a minute or so before you can like get. In fact, yeah, you probably got a minute or two before you can like get grouped back up with everyone again. And Columbus, you are currently with Teresina on the bridge as the sheriff and Range are here, and the sheriff seems very intent on putting you in handcuffs. What are you going to do right
now? I'm just looking at the sheriff and I'm going, I know what she's going to say, but you and I, kindred spirits, okay? Bounty hunters once, bounty hunters for always, okay? And you got a big
punches you in the jaw with a hits on a 9.
Wait.
Yeah.
If we're gonna have a punch me, let's roll initiative.
Sure.
Give me a shot.
Okay. Yeah, you're so right. You're so right.
Because I am too low on health to take a free hit.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. That's fair. I'll let you have that. He's got a 3.
I got a total of 5.
So that's good for you.
Oh,
total of 5. Cool. So you are going first. He is walking towards you with the with fire in his eyes.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Well, fuck. Can I I want to look to Teresina and I want to make a savvy check just to get her on my side so that this is 2 and or 3v1.
Okay.
Hey, what? I recognize, listen, there's a lot of moving loyalties right now, but right now, you and I, same team against this guy. Deal? And I go for a fist bump.
I think she's probably bleeding in the inside of her mouth right now. And let me see what her grit is at right now. Yeah, sure, she'll play cards. Cool. So she can start initiative next round.
Oh, well, that doesn't help me.
Yes, it does. She's rolled a 2. So she is actually before the sheriff. So I will let's see where that is going to go. She does not have a gun. She does not have a weapon of any kind.
Oh, I'll give her my stun gun.
I don't think you have time for that, Brian. She is coming in for a 5, a 1, a 2. She's going to deal 4 damage to the sheriff. So she comes in and starts and kind of goes in with some kind of move against him and swings in, gets a solid hit on him. Kind of, I imagine it's probably, we haven't actually established like what kind of fighting style she intends to use, but we'll make a swing and deal like a solid 4 damage against him. That 1 damage that would have hit you is now going to hit her because that's the person that is right in front of her. We'll keep the roll. She takes 1 damage on her 0 hit points and is knocked out. We are now back at the first round of combat. And you're up again, Brian. you have a stun gun, you have a revolver, you have range.
Range will get involved as well. I rolled a 3.
On whose team? On whose team? It doesn't matter.
Do
You
I
don't
have
tell
to
me. Roll a 3.
declare? Okay. Yeah.
No, you don't. You're fine. You can go wherever you like. So, well, you're at a 3. So it's 5 for Brian, 3 for range, 3 for the sheriff. And players go first, so you'll both get to move before he does the second time.
Cool. Oh wait, it's still on me.
Mhm.
Still on you, yeah.
This fucking guy. I'm just fuck. Do I get a?
You are allowed to just surrender as well.
Well, that seems
Remember.
unlikely at this point.
Yeah.
That's cute. Do I get any?
Have you got enough blues for troubles bluing, Brian?
No, I mean, I think I'm at 7 right now.
Okay.
Do I get any sense of how? Really, I just want to get a sense of how close this guy is to going down. If he took 4 damage last time, do we have a vague sense of what his like heart would be in this sense?
He is a solid mid-tier mark. Let me look at. I think he probably starts at somewhere around 15 health. Given that the expectation is if you're fighting him, it's with like the whole group rather than like you running off by yourself, annoying, betraying all your friends, and then making really bad life choices. It's probably going to be quite hard to take him down by yourself, but it's doable. This is a pissed off professional legendary bounty hunter. Not legendary, but like very accomplished.
Motherfucker. I think I'm just gonna book it then. Can I run for the door?
You're gonna run away.
I'm gonna try to grab range on my way out, or at least like motion to range and try to get out and close the door behind me and just get some extra time.
Okay, perfect. I think there are chase rules. Did I make chase rules? Did I do this? I believe that I did. If I not remembered them.
I thought there were.
I just can't find them. It seems like the kind of thing you would want. And this might be me just like showing my whole ass on a live stream. Space combat, taking damage to the death. Ships, ship weapons, vehicles, armory. Did we not do this?
You wanna just make it a. Is it worth just making it like
sure.
a savvy
I mean,
check to
sorry,
try to
this
get
seems
past
like
him?
yeah, for sure. Go for it.
Hell yeah. Any chance I can get upper hand because of the hit?
Brother,
Like,
no.
never know.
Absolutely not.
Listen. Never hurts to ask.
I'm learning a lot about the
No,
way
it
Brian
does.
plays
I'm
poker.
trying to work out if
Never
you'd have
hurts
against
to
the odds,
ask.
but sure, go for it.
Okay, that's a 6 and a 5 plus 2, so that's 13.
Okay, cool. So that will be enough. You leg it. Is Range gonna come with you? Range?
No, I'm just gonna like kind of step back and let Columbus run past me. And I'm looking at the
Okay.
unconscious woman on the floor of my bridge.
Okay.
Can I, as I'm running
So
past
he's
Range,
like-
as I realize that Range isn't like I'm kind of motioning and she's just staying there, can I just look to you and be like, buy me some time, and I'm just gonna run out the door.
Okay, so there is a moment where he kind of, so I imagine like you do a sort of like, are you going left? Are you going right? Are you going left? Are you going right? And then he tries to like go left around a table or something, like one of the ship's consoles, and you just like dive under it or something, and then like just scramble Tom and Jerry style towards the exit while trying to pull Range with you. There is this moment where the sheriff has like pulled out his gun, is like aiming, trying to get a shot at you, but you are too close to range, and he does not fire. And the fact that he is unwilling to shoot your friend is the only thing that has gotten you out of this situation with a while not covered in holes or filled just Swiss cheesed by this bounty hunter. He takes him and he shouts like, "Get out of the goddamn way!" And obviously, you probably try to, but I imagine in the panic, it's not going to happen. A little bit of hands up. No, he takes a beat and instead of like does in his head like, am I chasing after you? Am I? And then stops, pulls a pair of handcuffs out of his belt, and then just grabs the unconscious body and like ties it tight, basically like handcuffs her to like a strut or something, and is like, and it like checks her pulse, makes sure she's just unconscious and not gonna horribly die, and takes a beat and is like, then goes to you and is like, you, me, engine room now. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay. I did not think that was going to be on my. Oh. And then he just starts walking, and I assume you go with him. And it's like he says to you, like, "Do you have like a kit or something, like a carry-all?"
Yeah, and I just start patting
in, like,
all of the many pockets on my body.
Yeah, cool.
Always.
You're good to go. Okay. Okay. So at
Duct
this
tape.
point, Delmar and Yorkshire are going to be just getting to the ship. The door is open. You see there is a hole in the door of your ship, and then a sort of streaking, greasy blur moves past you. Like, are you going to try Columbus? Are you stopping? Are you going to try stop Columbus? Like, also, where are you going, Brian? Like, what are you doing?
Listen,
what is your plan?
I am staying one step ahead. I am not planning 10 steps ahead. I need to stay one step ahead. As long as you're always one step ahead, you are still standing. So I am just trying to get out of here. I'm trying to find a way to get to my ship or to like figure out where. Do I get the sense that the last Duke of Brooklyn is going to be docking? Like he's coming here to grab people.
Last time you saw, he was at a sufficient range that he could leave if he needed to, but was at that moment beyond the range of the increased gravity field. If that is going to change, you don't know. But like you said, if his plan is to get here, to spring Terrazina, and to steal a load of shit, then he's going to need to dock. And if he's docking, it's going to be here.
I'm just blowing past Delmar and Yorkshire and going, Sheriff's in there. Sheriff's in there. We gotta go.
Get fucked, Columbus.
We gotta. I'm telling you, the sheriff's in there.
The sheriff's after you.
The sheriff
Dude.
isn't mad at us, you dickhead.
Get both of we're a team. We're supposed to be a team.
Yeah, tell that to you.
But to be fair, I didn't kick off anything. I grabbed a person, then Yorkshire started, and you hit me. I haven't touched either of you before. One of you touched me.
Columbus,
I'm just saying,
you told us you left something in the office.
And I did. A conversation with what?
Conversation. No, you left with Columbus. You weren't telling us the truth from the get-go.
I would argue I was bending, bluffing a little bit. Anyway, I gotta. If we can continue this conversation, but if so, you gotta run with me.
Running. I'm gonna check up on range.
Yeah, get fucked.
So, you know what? I'm feeling really generous, Brian. I'm going to work out what the three of these guys are doing and let them do a little scene while you work out what in God's name your plan is. Because it is very clear that you do not know right now. And I love giving my players a little
Brian's like,
got
no,
a
I
plan.
can do 3 more scenes. You don't have to let them do anything.
And let me be clear. There's a plan. There's a plan. Okay. There's a plan.
Okay.
But
So
if you guys want to
you
do a scene
guys
for like a
are-
second, that's totally fine. I've got my plan though. But if you need to do a scene, it's cool. It's cool.
It's so magnanimous.
Yeah, thank you so
It's fine.
much.
It's fine.
So yeah, you guys head into the ship. The sheriff is there. Range is there. The 4 of you are in the same space. Go.
Range.
Hey,
Hey.
there's something going on with the Singularity engine. I think the sheriff wants to go and check in on it, and also,
That sounds good to me. And you two are not coming out of my sight. And if I see that other guy, I am putting a bullet in him. And if any of you try to stop me, I'll put a bullet in you too. Do you want? We all good?
I'll have to be honest with you. If you try and put a bullet in him, I would have to try to stop you. I'll just be upfront about that.
Good. As long as the stakes are clear, buddy. As long
Yeah.
as the stakes are fucking clear. Cool. Engine. Now, let's go. Walk and
Yeah.
talk.
Walk and talk.
Walk and talk.
Good.
so there's been some upgrades to the last Duke of Brooklyn. There's a couple of torpedoes attached to it, just to get everyone up to date.
Wait.
Yeah.
So he's here.
Oh, he's here.
Oh,
But don't worry, they'll be for show. He prefers to kill people when he can see the blood.
Yeah.
It's a lovely detail I could use for later. Thank you, Michelle.
But it means he's not going to use the torpedoes. We've established in fiction that he doesn't like the torpedoes. They're just for show.
Hey.
We've established in the fiction.
Range, you doing okay?
No, but we got to do something about this engine. The stress of this gravity is not gonna hold, and we got to talk to someone who knows what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, for no other reason than we can't get off this fucking
There's
rock.
a whole engineering team down in the guts of the station below the promenade. We go to them. They'll know what's happening. But what I'm worried about is if there's a pirate cruiser in orbit, it's not a malfunction.
It's
It's
planned,
sabotage, right? And that's gonna be bad. Anyway, as he's walking, he has like a sort of a peacekeeper like sort of radio thing attached to like his sort of badge that starts beeping. He presses the button, and there is there are 2 and a sort of little view screen comes out of it in front of him, like a sort of holographic thing, and there's like 2 people on the screen. It's like, hey boss, and they sort of have a brief chat. Seems like the last Duke is moving in towards the station now, and they're like ringing him with that update. But they've got like a sort of a jump boat, which is like a sort of the equivalent of like a sort of patrol car that is currently not able to move because of the field, and it seems like the last Duke is like pulling in towards the dock. But you guys still need to go to the the engine. So yeah. As you're moving through the promenade, everybody is a little bit panicked. There's a couple people who are like in the businesses before, who are now like out on the street talking to each other, sort of milling around. A voice on the intercom comes over and is like, "Hi, this is the mayor speaking. Everybody remain calm. We're having some incidences with the engine. The sheriff is on it, I'm sure." But she says that last bit with the confidence of someone whose like world is falling apart. And a couple people are like, you know, milling around. There's the robot you met earlier, Ivy. There's like 5 or 6 people have come out of the diner. A sort of like a slightly older woman who runs the supply shop, the Hawk Suppliers, and the patrons of the bar are also like milling around in the promenade. And as they're walking through, they're like asking the sheriff questions and like, hey, what is happening? They're all panicking, right? And he's like, everybody stay calm, get out of the way. We're on it. We've got an engineer. You're moving through. Like, if you have the feeling he would love to stop and calm these people down, that cannot be done right now. Brian, where are you going?
I am going. I assume in the dock there's some kind of like central like coordination station that is like if someone is trying to dock, they're able to like they're communicating with the dock. Where I'm basically trying to get
be like a comm station, yeah.
a comm station.
No, that station is not here. It is elsewhere. It is in the mayor's. It is near the mayor's office. At her reception. That is where like all those kind of communications would be happening. That is like up a level from here, in the same way that the engine is down. You can get to that point though quite easily, and we will get to there in a few minutes if you want to, if that's where you're heading.
Mostly I want to get my aim here is to get a line on the last Duke of Brooklyn and like what it's doing. So yeah. I'm happy to also just like everyone left the ship. I could just go back into our ship and double back in and track it that way. But if I think the mayor's office like, has a clear, okay, cool. Now just as I see everyone walking out, I had just run and then did a big circle behind our ship, and then I like basically from underneath the ship, I just walk. I hear the whole conversation of them being like, "Oh, if I see him, I'm going to put a bullet in his head." And I hear Yorkshire like saying, "Oh, I'll have to stop." And I'm like, "Oh, buddy, thanks." And then as they leave, I just go back up into the ship, and I just want to be monitoring the last Duke of Brooklyn to see where, if it's going to be docking, where it's going to be docking, so that I can have a leg up to get there.
It's going to be docking like essentially right on top of you guys, like in the docking area, like on the same point. It's coming in, it's moving towards there. It's still got this like they're moving in.
And from like this central area, like there's essentially there's somewhere there's a hatch that connects their ship. So like
he is coming. They will be docking, like, coming out. Yeah.
At some point, there will be a door that opens that he will have to walk through to get into the station. It's essentially what I want to find that point and be there.
Sorted. You can do that. It's going to be a little bit before he gets here, but you will be able to certainly do that. Totally. Okay. So you guys are moving through the promenade. Does anybody have any like anybody want to stop? Anybody you want to talk to? Anything you want to do, or are you just going to engineering as fast as possible?
I want to try and drop back a bit so I can speak to Range when I see the sheriff getting this update that the Duke of Brooklyn's coming. Just be like, Range.
Yeah.
We don't have to, why the fuck are we doing this? We don't have to do this. We can just go.
We need to fix the engine in order to leave. Our ship cannot leave with this gravitational field.
But there are ships here that can leave, and I can get us into them.
All of us?
I mean, there's only 3 of us.
I don't know if I can leave Columbus behind. Look, I know
he left all of us behind, Range.
I know you don't like the guy, but if we leave him behind, are we any better than Ignacio?
Oh, damn. I think trouble's brewing. When you say that.
I just before we do that, Michelle, I just want to state really clearly, I am absolutely happy with whoever wants to leave this station leaving at whatever point they want. If you think you can get that F-Infinity ship, like bailing on Yorkshire, on Columbus, on the sheriff, like I do not want anyone to think for a moment that because of a like production perspective for your paid time and my company that you are not entitled to do whatever the hell you think your character would do in the given moment.
Well, I think the moment
Michelle.
that Range says, would be no better than Ignacio, like something. Range has known Delmar for a very long time. And maybe someone who didn't know her so well wouldn't see that shift behind the eyes, but she does. And I think that they know a moment before even Delmar does that she's not sticking around. I think we hear that jazz solo when the trumpet starts really losing it, as Delmar is running as fast as her feet can carry her against this heavy gravity back out the way that she came. She knows the sheriff is more interested in keeping this engineer on hand than he's going to be about keeping her on hand. She is going to run and she is going to run and she is not going to stop until she is busting into that engine shop with her hand cannon drawn and that crooked key that she wears around her neck in her other hand. She is getting into one of those F-Infinity ships and she is getting the fuck out of here.
Yorkshire, you can see that as Range is just watching Delmar book it, on her face, it looks like her heart is breaking. But she doesn't try to stop Delmar. She just watches her go.
Dead.
So that happens, Michelle. Camera off, microphone off. You're not here anymore. Right?
See you, Space Cowboys.
See you, Space Cowboy.
Oh my god.
Okay. Is that going to ruin your life, Tony? Can we go to a 4-person overlay? I'm joking. It's fine. We can just. I think the black. Yeah, the black void of Delmar just not being there anymore is good. Okay, so Yorkshire, what are you? Have you noticed this happening?
Oh
How are
yeah,
you doing?
I definitely noticed. I'd grabbed a bottle, probably 2 bottles, honestly, as I was leaving the bar. So I'm currently holding them mid swig as I see Dharma run, and I see lower it from my lips and just go, oh fuck. Oh great. Okay.
Are you gonna leave too?
No. Of course I'm not. You're stuck with me, unfortunately.
We have to at least try.
Yeah. I'm sorry, by the way.
You ain't got anything to be sorry for. Let's we gotta get the sheriff away from all these people. We don't have the time to try to make people feel better.
Yeah. Back up, everybody. Jared's busy. Come on, and I'll try to clear the way for the sheriff as we keep heading down to the engine room.
So just want to reflect. We are now a couple minutes away from Ignacio and the last Duke arriving on the station with a ship this size. It's not just crewed by him. There are going to be people with him. It is a freighter. It is the same size as your ship. And yeah, freighter rather than a hauler, which is, sorry, I'm just checking my own language there. So there is a, you're heading down to like the organs of the spaceship, which is what I've kind of named it in the region. There is a kind of, it's very much less like trim, clean, and commercial than the sort of brightly lit, quite warm area above, but it is hotter and more unpleasant and tighter and more unpleasant down here. You're kind of led through a couple of hallways down a sort of like a literal ladder with a hatch and brought into the sort of the engineering quarters, right, which will have like probably an engineering office where like most of the kind of machinery and controls for that machinery is going to be. There will then be a sort of what they call bioorganics, which is like atmospheric regulation, cycling, all the sort of like making sure that life support works okay. And then beyond that, you assume would normally be like the station power source, which in conventional orbital blues would be some kind of hydrogen reactor of some kind, like a sort of nuclear fusion thing. So like relatively clean science fiction energy where power comes out and is not too stable. But here is, a tiny glimmering singularity, a single particle of heavy star matter encased in jury-rigged gravity plating that is falling apart right now. You get to the door, and it is just locked. There is the sort of entrance to where you would get into all this stuff. You get to the bottom of the hatch, and it is like dead bolted from the inside. Getting through here is going to require probably range, let's be honest, to do some kind of engineering shenanigan.
Oh, don't worry, I got
It's
this.
not working right now.
And I just start pulling out a bunch of tools, and if I have to literally just dismantle this door or blowtorch it down, whatever feels appropriate, I'll just go for it.
So yeah, you will have in your like standard engineering toolkit a thing I gave a really cool name in Orbital Blues Afterburn, which I don't have a copy of right now. You'll basically have a plasma cutter which applies heat to things, and a kind of torsion wrench, which is about basically a space crowbar and a space blowtorch that you will be able to try to use to get open this door. It's probably going to be, it's going to need a stat check. It's not going to be easy, and it's going to take you time. I will let you do if you want it to take a minute, I will let you do an against the odds check. If you want it to take 5 minutes, I will let you do a normal check. If you want it to take 10 minutes, I will give you the upper hand.
No, I'm going to try to
Are
do
you
this
doing this
as
quick and nasty?
quick and nasty.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. And that is a stat of your choosing, depending on which way you're going about the engineering. I don't know if you're a savvy or a grit engineer. Totally fine, whatever makes sense.
Would you take the argument of potentially muscle, as I literally just like
totally muscle.
bull through this without making it pretty?
Yeah, cool. Go for it. So 3 dice, drop the highest, looking for an 8 with your +2 muscle.
Okay, I got a 6, a 5, and a 3, so that's going to be 8 plus 2 is 10.
So you, the sheriff, like goes of, oh, for fuck, get this damn thing open range, and then like you go to work on it. You rip the door off its hinges. I imagine like one of the others like helps with the blowtorch, and then you like use this like pneumatic crowbar thing to like just fully lever this, solid steel door off its hinges and get yourself in there. There is a moment now where you kind of move through this enormous bulkhead, and you are in like the first room of this like engineering quarter, basically. And the noises that you were dealing with previously when you were on like the surface level, where it's like something is going wrong, we are not happy, everyone please stay calm, that is not the energy of the klaxons going in this specific area. It is like the sky is falling down, the world is coming apart, and it's very clear to you that like with this door done up like this, there is clearly something. This is 100% sabotage now, not just like failure. This door would not have been, and you look at what is happening, someone has like, it's not like the door was locked, someone has applied exactly the same type of blowtorch that you have applied, but to the other side of the door to seal the thing. And then what you've done is you've gone, attacked the hinge, and then just ripped that slightly useless welding off its hinges because you know how to apply heat and force to solve this kind of problem. So you're back in this room, and I think at this moment, the two things are going to happen at the same time. One, not two sentences. Sentences. Slow down, Jerry Muppet. Brian, you are at the door where you know this guy's going to dock. It is the sort of, it's dock 4B or whatever, and the station, it's moving towards the station, it's kind of slowing down. You have like time to prepare if there is something you want to do between working out where he is going to land and him landing. You have approximately 5 minutes. What are you doing with that time, apart from sweating bullets?
I'm finding a suitable hiding space nearby that I can I can have eyes on this on, because I know Ignacio is going to come strapped with a bunch of other people, and he's also not going to leave his ship unguarded. But I also know that I don't care about killing Ignacio. I care about getting my ship back. So I am waiting until Ignacio and the majority of his posse leave the ship, and then I'm going to try to steal the ship from behind them, because I assume one of the goons will be easier to fight than Ignacio.
Yeah, for sure. And again, just want to establish the stakes right now to make sure you understand. Right now, with the gravity where it is, this ship will not be able to leave the station. If you get yourself onto the in the control panel with every goon on the ship knocked unconscious, with all of like what 2 heart you have left, maybe. Even if you do that, while you are still at 1.x gravity, this ship is going nowhere unless you can somehow caress the most miraculous engineering out of her. Like,
listen,
just want to establish
I don't have
that's
to worry
where we are
about
right
that.
now.
I don't have to worry about that at all.
Okay.
Range is the best mechanic in this side of the multiverse, okay? There's a reason that she's on the ship, and it's because they're really fucking good. So I don't need to worry about that. All I need to do is get on the ship and trust that my good friend Range is going to make everything okay.
It's good. I feel it's good that you're not worrying about that right now, because you have a few kind of obstacles to deal with first. Okay. So at this point, I think we're going to jump. The two things I mentioned are going to happen at the same time. Ignacio is the last Duke of Brooklyn is going to land. It is going to dock, and then he is going to stride out with a sort of small gang of like 4 people who seem to be like gang bruisers of some kind of people you may not have seen, but you've seen the like of before working for him. They are armed with automatic weapons, certainly, and automatic weapons, and also they have some sort of weird like from their waist to the outside of their ankles are attached to some like weird boots, some kind of like
assisted walking type thing,
movement assisting exoskeleton thing. And as they kind of disembark, they sort of walk onto the station, and sort of these, I mean, they look to you like you're not an engineer, you don't know what the hell they are, but Brian can probably guess whether Columbus is.
I see they've got technology on their legs, and it's going.
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly
okay,
that.
I get it.
And then the thing that happens at the same time is that a new siren moves across the station, and there is a new horrid noise as you hear at the same time Ignacio pick up some kind of comms device and say, we're docked. And then you would hear in the basement somewhere, not in the room you're in, but a few rooms beyond, a comm beep, and then we're docked. And then a couple seconds later, the baseline noise that is coming from the station, the sort of rumble of engineering and power moving, and like, you know, the feeling you get when like you're inside like a ferry or a plane or a big vehicle and things just, the gear shifts, right? It goes from like one tempo to a different tempo that isn't faster or different. It's just like, oh, something just happened. And as that occurs, there is a whine, a roar, and then like the noise of just brown, a different brown noise you didn't know you could hear previously, which is background, starts.
Right.
And that same sensation you had previously before we went to our commercial break, where the gravity went from 1.3 to 1.8, it goes to 2.5, 2.7, something higher and horrid. And you are suddenly in this thing, which I described later as earlier as being the equivalent of like violence and sweltering heat. Right? And it's not like you can't move right now, but you are sweating. Your Yorkshire's hangover is now at the point where it is a impediment to doing anything more complicated than moving. And everyone else is just straight uncomfortable. And you're going to feel this as well, Columbus, from where you are. And as the it kicks in, these gizmos, whatever this stuff is that these guys are wearing, there is like another like whir from the suits, and they don't seem to be affected that badly. Like they can move around as easily as they would normally, and you see the 5 of them, Ignacio and his 4 goons, like not booking it, but like heading off
Sure.
with intent in some direction.
And so I just want to check the thing. You said I heard a comms beat behind me, as if like someone receiving the comm.
That was him ringing, and then the guys in the guts heard the other end of that
They heard
communication.
it. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the thing that Columbus is recognizing is like, this guy came, like I tried to bluff him to say he was inside a gravity well. He laughed it off. They came prepared for this. So now I recognize, okay, they're causing this. And I recognize that like he's not in an FTL drive, like he's not in an F Infinity ship. That means like his ship is just as fucked. Like I know my ship. I know the Are We Still in Ohio? It can't get out of this, which means they've got a plan to get out of this.
100%.
So like I recognize this sucks and I feel awful right now, and like walking is extremely difficult and holding a gun up is extremely difficult. But if I get into their ship, that means there's probably going to be a way for me to get out. Like as long as they're still moving, everything on the ship is probably fine, because they wouldn't plan a way to get in if they didn't have a way to get out.
Absolutely. That lines up with your understanding of what is happening in the world right now.
And what kind of protection did they leave back? Like, are there any guards at the door?
There's no one at the door, but you remember the codes to your own ship, right? So you can get through that door. It's just whatever is left behind, you know?
I'll go ahead and PCU 14265A. I'm gonna click in and try to get back onto my ship.
Okay, cool. Downstairs, you have heard a comm signal. You know where these people are, at least where whoever is pushing buttons is. What would you like to do?
I turn to range and I just put a finger to my lips and I'll start moving towards the comm, still with a bottle of alcohol in my hand as I do. I'm trying my best not to groan because this hangover fucking sucks right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So let me just give me a second. Sorry, just sending Stella, just take a look at the random weapons table and pick something out there if you feel like it would work. I just noticed for everyone at home that Stella doesn't have a. I said everyone gets a ranged and a melee weapon. I just noticed that you only have a wrench right now. One of the options I think
'Cause
is
she
a
only
plasma
needs
torch.
a wrench.
Listen, if you
Yeah, she
can
only
throw a
needs a
wrench
wrench.
hard enough, do you need a gun?
A wrench is a ranged weapon
Yeah.
if you try hard enough.
Yeah. I mean, you know what they say? If you can dodge a wrench, then
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can dodge a. Anyway.
Wow, you don't hear a
yeah.
lot of dodgeball references these
so-
days, and the world is worse off for it.
Yeah, you really don't. Drac, are you going to try sneak up on these guys?
I don't think
Or are
I'm
you
even
just
gonna try
gonna
and sneak up. I'm going immediately for. I don't think I can sneak.
Yeah.
I'm so hungover right now.
No.
But I am going in. I'm trying to find this person.
So, to be clear, I just want to establish something. You do not know how many people are behind this door.
Yes.
And you're going to go. You have the
Yes.
sheriff with you. You have the you have the rest of you don't. Okay, cool, perfect. You got the sheriff with you. There's 3 of you. You're sorted. Okay, cool. Let's roll initiative. I think that's where we're at right now. Especially while not knowing what the stakes is. Good news, Drac. You're probably going to be using your quarterstaff, right?
No, I'm using my fist still because if I'm using my
Okay,
fist,
of course,
I cannot
sorry.
go roll against the odds.
No, perfect. So I'm happy to inform you, and this is good news for you, by the way, that because you are using melee weapons against a person with ranged weapons,
Yeah.
you get to roll 2d3 for initiative rather than a d3.
Perfect. Okay, great. I rolled. That was great because I rolled a 1 for the first one, but because I'm doing 2d6, so that's a 3 total for my initiative.
Is that a d3 or a d? Because it's d3 plus initiative. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, it's a d3. So I rolled a 6 on the die, half
Three
it to a
attack.
3.
Cool.
I don't have any savvy, so it's
Okay.
just
Cool,
a 3.
perfect. What about you, Range? What are you doing at this point?
I will pull out
Where are
my
you?
wrench and I will run in
Mhm.
there right behind Yorkshire.
Cool.
And
okay, so
did you want me to roll initiative as well, just or no?
Yes. Let's do a 2-stage time split combat. Go ahead. That can't be confusing for anyone at home whatsoever. Go ahead. Go for it. Actually, you've not seen anybody yet, but we will be tracking it.
I've got a 4
just
if we need
thinking,
it, and we can just skip it if we need it.
Perfect. Cool. The sheriff is on a 2. You're a 3 rather as well. So same time as you, Yorkshire, but you'll go first. What were you on, Stella?
I'm a 5.
A 5.
Hell
Cool.
yeah.
So you are gonna go at the same time as this adversary. There is a character. God, that's so helpful. There's a character here. I've got to remember how my own rules work. Deadly and conspicuous. Deadly is different to dangerous. Deadly, dangerous. Cool. Okay, perfect. Right. So, as the 2 of you kind of turn around this corner using your various melee weapons, you see that there is a single person here, which is good news for you. The bad news is that this is absolutely someone, Stella, that your character would recognize. This is another. I mean, I'd say, like, honestly, is your boss back at the bottom rung gang? He was a sort of another person who was kind of working in this in this sort of engineering wing of this gang, if that sounds like something that gangs have. A sort of ex-military engineer who she was called Stat Astern was her name, and she's kind of reasonably well built, buzz cut, and kind of dressed quite similar to you, actually, like in that same kind of Spacers jumpsuit with just a million pockets. But on top of that is a sort of a leather jacket, basically. So like you, but slightly more cool or less cool, depending on how you feel about leather jackets.
No.
And she has a gun. She has in fact, a sort of like a SMG, essentially, like a small, a concealable but still quite nasty looking weapon. She is going first this combat because she is rolling at a 5 as well. No, you got 5, she got 5. So you're both going at the same time. I think she's shocked to see you for a moment, which buys you like a second more than you thought you had. You are going to get to make a swing at her with your wrench.
Okay. As I'm running at her, I will try to swing at her hands to try to get the gun out of her hands.
Okay.
And I've got tears in my eyes. I'm a hot mess right now.
Yeah. An important thing to understand is that she does not have the grav bracers that you have, that the guys upstairs have. So she's dealing with exactly the same gravity troubles that you are having. It is also pretty obvious to you that there are 3 or 4 civilians cowering in this room, kind of like in the corner, that are kind of at some point were hostages, and it seems like whatever jump you've got on the situation has managed to get you this swing. So yeah, what I'm going to say here is that this attempt to like do a disarm here, what I'm going to say is that it will make it a against the odds attack, but if you hit, I will kind of take the weapon out of your hands, basically. Her hands, basically.
I rolled a 6, a 4, and a 2. I will burn heart to re-roll.
Yes, you'll need to there. You remember, if it's a melee attack, you're rolling 4 dice, and one of those dice is the damage, remember.
Okay.
So you'll need a 4th one before you decide what to roll.
So it ended up being a 2. So I will re-roll the 2 2s, so that takes 2 heart from me. All right, I got a 6 and a 4, so I have a 6, 6, 4, 4.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
So I'll take.
So 6, 6. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So I'll do the 2 4s to hit, and then the 6 or.
Cool. So that is gonna knock the SMG just right out of her hands, and she does not get a chance to bring it to bear against you. You manage to like get under her. I think there's a moment where she actually goes like, "Stop or I'll shoot," right? And she sees that you are moving fast enough that she tries to like, she doesn't actually want to shoot civilians. She's not an animal. And she starts bringing the gun towards you, and then you just clatter it out of her hand. This would, against someone who's like normally this like a normal person, if this was not someone who had like significant military experience, it would probably end up taking their turn. But she's gonna drop the gun, flies out of her hand, and then she, with the other hand, is gonna reach into a pocket and then bring out some engineering tool and attempt to make an attack against you with it.
Wrench.
I don't know what it is yet.
Wrench v wrench.
Wrench v
wrench.
Wrench v wrench. I think that the full armory of ranged melee weapons. What would she reach for from here? Tools. There is one for tools. That's fine. I would, if we were not like nearly at time, I would like jump to a separate moment here. But oh my god. Okay. So I just rolled an attack for her, and she just did that.
Oh,
No way, that's 3 6s.
Exceptionally
oh my
bad.
God.
So she swings at you with a 6, a 6, and another 6. So hits you on a 12. No dice re-rollable there, and you are going to take I think what this is, it is a it's this kind of like he pulls out of pure instinct, not like a knife or a wrench or something. She pulls out effectively like a nail gun, like just lets loose at you with a sort of torso spinning like heated slug that would be designed to like pin something to something else. And that's not going to bring you straight to zero. That is going to hit you for for 6 damage though, just right off the bat. Next to go is Yorkshire. You just saw this character has taken like a meaningful and horrid hit, but you have a moment here to kind of like get under them as well with your initiative roll of 3.
Yeah, the moment I see this, I'm immediately interpose myself between range and move again, even with this increased gravity, almost as quickly as I was before. And I will get in the face of this person. I'm gonna go straight for another disarming strike. I'm gonna go for the right for the shoulder. I want to get right into the connecting part of the shoulder. I want to dislocate their shoulder with this strike. I'm not bothering with disarming them. I want to disarm them.
Okay. Roll the attack. Make some damage for me.
Okay, perfect. That is a 6, a 5, and a 2. I'm gonna have. I need to get. I want the 6 to be the damage.
Yeah, that 5 and 2 will hit with your +2 muscle.
Oh yeah, I have +2 muscle. Yeah, so I'm gonna use that 5 + 2 + 2, so 9 and 6 damage. I'm aiming for the shoulder of this person.
Okay.
Right, this really reminds me of the saying in Magic the Gathering that there's like removal cards that get rid of things, but the saying is the best kind of removal is player removal.
Yeah,
It's just like, oh, if I just kill him, I don't have to worry about this.
Yeah.
I want to dislocate.
I'm
aiming to dislocate the arm. I want it to be an aim strike as I do this.
Cool. There is I was about to start telling a Magic the Gathering anecdote, and then I was like, I'll do that when talking with Brian and Stella and Drac after the stream, rather than like right now, just like stopping us from running over time to doing that. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. Just finding out about new things that I could give characters based on who are engineers. Okay, so that's going to deal 6 damage, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. So that is a significant hit. I don't think you've dislocated her shoulder, but you've done a hell of a lot of damage. We're at this point now where the sheriff is going to go. He is going to try to take a shot, but you're kind of like all in melee range right now, which just seems horrid and dangerous. So his attack is going to be against the odds. He drops the 5 and ends up with that with his savvy. He's going to miss because there's people in the way. He would have managed to get this shot if you guys were not like currently having a melee brawl with the person he's like. So I think he kind of like fires off a shot, misses, and then like has started moving around to the hostages, right? Just to make sure that like they're safe, leaving you guys to do this combat. So we're back at the top of initiative now. 10 seconds have gone. We are running a little bit over time. We're meant to be here for 2.5 hours. Is everyone happy giving this another like 15-20 minutes to make sure we can get this all nicely resolved? Obviously, I know we went a little bit over time on the session 0 as well, so we can deal with that afterwards, so to make sure no one has anywhere to be. And yeah, where we are right now is that we're at the top of initiative. Stella is going first. You have taken a pretty nasty hit. I think that you are +2 muscle, right? So that's done half your hit points from that captive bolt shot. I'm pretty sure you're down at 2.
Down to 2.
As a reminder, if you get to 0, you don't die. You just have to start. Things become a little bit more complicated, and I think the specific rules is that where have I written this? Deck, heart, combat. Just to make clear what the stakes are. When a player character is used to 1 heart, roll a d6. If it's equal or below to the number on their troubles, their story comes to an end. If it's better, they're greater than the number of troubles, and they find themselves knocking on heaven's door, which is basically like you're in a state where you're in a little bit of danger, but you'll be able to recover from consciousness in a reasonable number of hours. Remember that if you guys have the troubles to do so, you can activate your troubles brewing and then kind of be in a better position for that fight there. But yeah, we're top of initiative order. Stella, it's you right now. What would you like to do?
I think that this is actually a perfect place for me to trigger my trouble is brewing.
Absolutely.
Taking that massive damage, especially having been so apprehensive about violence, brings me up to 8.
Yeah.
So
Okay, cool.
I'll activate my troubles is brewing so I can spend blues for exertion instead of heart. I take half damage from all attacks during this scene. So essentially, like I'm crying as I'm engaging with this person, and it just goes into like full breakdown as I begin to like wildly swing desperately with this wrench, trying to take them out.
Okay, make the attack roll. Let's see it.
Okay, got a 4, 2, 2, and 1. I'm going to re-roll 3 of my blues to re-roll 3 dice.
Oh right, you can use your.
You're gonna roll all 3. You're not even keeping the 4.
No, I'm keeping the 4. I'm dropping the 3 and the 1 and the 1. I guess I can re-roll the whole thing.
Yeah, you only roll 3 normally, unless you have the upper hand for some reason.
Oh, sorry. I thought because of the wrench.
You just need to roll. Start by rolling 3, and then work out what you need to re-roll.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is just a normal attack now.
Yeah, because you're trying to disarm last time. That's why you rolled against odds last time.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, I'll just use 3 blues to re-roll all 3 because they all sucked. Okay. 4, 3, and 1. That's not gonna do it. Essentially, you just see me just wildly swinging this wrench.
You hit.
Wait, just check. Sorry, Stella. You'd hit because you've got +2 on your muscle, and it's a muscle attack. But you would only deal 1 damage.
Yeah.
So you'll deal 1 damage to her.
I'll take it. I'll
You'll
take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like clip them on the arm.
So she's going next. She has this captive bolt pistol thing. This kind of like I forgot what I called it in the book, but it's like this slug injector. She is going to use a gambit that she has, which I'm going to say is going to allow her to use it with this weapon. It is the one that lets you by its hail of blows she has. So she's going to spend 1 heart after making an attack to making a second attack against the odds with the same weapon. So first, she's going to swing at you, Stella, but you're going to be half of your damage here. That's going to be the full attack, and then she'll be making it against the odds 1 against Yorkshire. So first attack against range. That is not going to do it. She has a 3, a 1, and a 1. Even with her +2 savvy, that would only be a 6 to hit. I think Marks technically can spend heart to roll dice if I remember correctly, but is that a thing? Have I just made that up? I've made that up. I don't think it says that anywhere. Let me just check my own exertion rules. Because like this is the kind of thing where if I was running this in a home game, I would just have them do it. But this is the stat checks upper hand. But I want to make sure I'm actually playing it properly because we're on stream. Exertion characters can spend heart, so outlaws cannot do it. So 1 attack against you, but she is going to spend her gambit to make a second attack against Drac. Bad news for you though, Drac, is that this weapon has armor piercing. So your extra AP against melee weapons, your extra defense is not going to help here. But again, with that against the odds, it is not going to be enough to do any damage to you. It is going to miss. So she's panicked now. There's 2 people on her. She's taken this hit to the shoulder and had this gun knocked out of her. She's dealing with this onslaught of you, Stella, coming at her with a wrench. And then Yorkshire makes the next move, and I assume goes in for like that final attack.
Yeah, I think as I dodge this weapon they swing out at, you see, I think maybe to Ranger's discomfort, that kind of sudden low stature they took before kneeing the lieutenant in the jaw, as they take that position again and suddenly explode upwards to try to do the same to them. Oh yeah, and I rolled a 5, 6, and a 1. I'm gonna put the 5 and 1 together plus the 2 from muscle, which is exactly 8, and I'll do 6 points of damage
6
again
damage.
as I
Hell
knee
yeah.
them in the mouth.
Dang. All right. So that 6 damage knocks them out. You are hit. They are sort of like knocked down. We're out of combat time now, and there is this moment where like you now have the controls for the engine in front of you. You can see that there are a couple of sliders which allow you to probably move everything back to a slowly, but back to a safe normal. So you have control of the gravity field now. And I guess then we find ourselves back with Columbus, right? Shit.
And everything
And-
goes great.
Yeah.
Everything goes great.
Doing my maths in my head. You key in the code to your old spaceship. That old cherry red vessel that still has somewhere on it, probably not in the pride of place that it should be, all of your like underwear and blues records, you know.
Yes,
and-
the very pride-driven space where my underwear hangs. I've got it all hanging on the
Yeah.
wall.
As in, I don't think it's in Ignacio's quarters anymore. He's probably
Sure.
chucked it in the hole somewhere or got rid of it completely. But yeah. There you hear from somewhere deeper in the ship towards, the bridge. You know the layout of your own ship. The sound of 2 voices talking. You don't know who they are. You don't recognize them, but there's definitely 2 people in the bridge. How do you want to do this? What's your move? What's your play?
Boy. I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here at 7 blues, and I need 8 of the blues. And all my things are about going all in and living to regret it and defying the odds and winning big.
Remember, you can answer a question about your backstory, right? And
I think one of the questions in my backstory that'll help get me to 8 blues is what is your tell when you're bluffing? And I think this becomes apparent when Columbus goes onto the bridge of the ship, nothing in his hands, is just kind of looking at the guys and goes, all right, everybody, next all right, everybody, next move of the plan, we got to get slightly off base. We got to spin around to the back, pick up the boss from the other side of the ship. All right, you guys ready? And and as that's happening, the way that that you know that I am bluffing is one of my hands starts to shake. But that does get me to 8 blues, which is going to trigger my trouble is brewing, because I am putting everything on the line to try to talk my way through this last bit of the plan. I'm not going to be able to shoot my way out. I'm not going to be able to stun my way out. My hope is to get 15 seconds further into the future.
Okay. It's against the odds, Brian. I'm sorry. But the good news is you can spend blues to reroll these dice now.
I can spend blues to reroll them. And because I'm bluffing, I get my gambit as the gambler, so I get to reroll 2 for every 1 spent. 6, 5, 4. That's a 5 and a 4 plus 2. That is an 11. I cleared it handily.
That is
Never
a
handily.
punished.
you slimy motherfucker. I'm so proud of you. Right. So yeah, they're like, hey, what? And you just continue to spiel.
I just kind
You
of keep
spiel,
getting
you
closer.
spiel, you spin, you spin. You
And-
live 15 seconds into the future.
All I'm doing is getting closer and closer, and what I'm looking for is I want to get to the panel that accesses the torpedoes. All I want to do is be talking to them and moving my body until my hand is on the torpedo button.
Columbus,
Okay.
as you're
There-
approaching the bridge, you notice that the ship is being hailed.
I turn to one of the guys who's looking at me and is being like, "What the hell is going on?" I go, "Hey, can you answer that real quick? Put that on the big screen." I'm just trying to like aggressively command people until they do what I want.
No, they've started undocking. Like they're pressing the buttons. You're on your way to torpedoes.
Cool.
Yeah.
I click
The hail
button to-
answers.
Yeah.
Delmar's on the screen.
Hey, so I know you're not so good with the buttons on these things, but if you look for the 3 green buttons in a row and then the 1 red underneath it, twist it and slam it. Ignacio always installs it in his ships.
Thank you. And I go over, I go green, 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 red, twist, whoop, and I arm the torpedoes, and then I look at the 2 guys and I go, okay, now this is armed. The 2 of you need to get off of my ship or we all go down together. And we are docked at a space station. If I fire torpedoes at this point, everyone's dying. Or at least everyone in this immediate area is dying. So all I'm trying to do is get these 2 guys off my ship and fly to safety.
Okay. Yeah, sure. They
Yeah, sure.
were already doing the thing you wanted.
Oh yeah, I wanted them to be moving so I can get them off.
Yeah, no. They kind of hands up, like flabbergasted, confused, and make a way towards the exit.
As they move towards the exit, I turn to the last one and I go, "Hey, can you do me a favor? Give this to your boss for me." And I flick him the defunct 2 million credit coin.
Okay. Sure.
And I let them off my ship and close the door.
I would say around about this exact moment, given the same amount of time has passed in both scenes, the gravity probably returns to baseline.
Listen, dickhead. You're not leaving this planet without the other 2, yeah?
No, I'm waiting. I got my ship. And this thing, if there's one thing I knew what to install on this ship, it is bulletproof front doors.
Okay.
Yeah, tell him I'm sorry,
So-
okay? Maybe I'll see you around. And she will click off.
So, you're able to get Range in Yorkshire on the radio. Everything's been returned to normal. You've got the shit of Ignacio. I think rather than like at this point trying to start a gunfight with these guys is probably the most sensible for everyone to just cut and run. Right? You guys seem like cut and run kind of people.
There's
in the
definitely a
politest way
moment to
possible.
like where we're sneaking back up where I catch sight of Ignacio and then every part of my body tenses and then I look to Range and
Yeah,
Not
I
now.
reach over and I grab like a fistful of your shirt and I'm like, there's no point. There's no point.
yeah, let's get the fuck off this goddamn station.
All right. Let's go.
And that is Orbital Blues, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
First thing we're doing is
So-
we're fixing the paint job on the ship, because I'll be goddamned if my ship is covered in blue and gold. We're going back to Scarlet and Gray, baby.
Okay. So thank you all so much, players, for joining us here. That was awesome. I had a lot of fun. I hope the people watching at home did so as well. I just want to take a moment to remind everybody that this was Atmospheric Breakup for Orbital Blues. You can and should head over to BackerKit right now, chuck in Orbital Blues Month, and if you've managed to get like 5 hours into this actual play, I'm sure you've at least given a cursory glance to some of the projects available right now. But how you get this specific adventure we're running right now is by getting all of the projects together, and that will get you a physical copy shipped with your Outlaws and Corporations pledge. This is my favorite thing I've personally written for Orbital Blues in years. So I'm really excited that people are going to get to enjoy this adventure. While it's like, this isn't like trying to back every project for something like Mothership Month or Mouse Ritter Month or whatever. There are 6 projects. Most of them have PDF levels for like somewhere between $10 and $20, and you'll end up paying one batch of shipping. It's a really great way to get yourself a load of incredible adventures for a really cool game. I'm allowed to call my own game cool. That's
You
can
are.
do whatever.
Yeah,
You just
this
saw the
isn't
thing. It
Reddit.
was good and
It's
fun.
so
We
cool.
can cook.
This isn't Reddit.
It's cool. But yeah, please check that out. Make sure you check out all the other projects as well, not just the Soul Muppet one. There's so many cool things happening this month. There were a bunch of Easter eggs for the various adventures. We found the F Infinity one. We might have seen the Green Light Express one. Some of the other ones are a little bit harder to find. The Jazz Station plays music from Jupiter and E flat minor, so that's a thing that I forgot to do right at the start. And it would be lovely if you could just check out and support the project. And yeah, thank you.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to say, let's just do a quick run of stars. Obviously, there's not going to be any wishes for these characters. But my star is, I'm really proud of Michelle for just running away. I think that was exactly the kind of thing that Delmar should have done in that moment, and you did that while still getting a little satisfying moment in by helping Columbus right at the end. So that's my favorite one. We'll go in reverse order. Drac, what was your star for the session?
I was gonna say the same thing as you, Michelle. I love. I don't know. I think it's always room for a little bit of some selfish characters. I think that adds to the story a lot. I did the exact same thing when I played last time. I think Delmar running away made sense and was very true to character, even though it was definitely heartbreaking. Specifically, seeing Delmar and Range go different ways.
Yeah.
But that was really good.
Michelle, what about you?
I want to give a star actually to the combat between Range and Yorkshire down in the depths. Obviously, I was just kicking back being the audience for that bit. It was just a really dramatic scene, and I love the way you all described it, and you as well, Jelly. Like just the action and the tension of it. It was just a really really enjoyable moment. So yeah, I just gotta hand it to Orbital Blues. I'm not usually into the combat part of TTRPGs, but it really works well the way it's written. It's very action packed, so really enjoyed that.
Yeah. I want to give not even a star to any players or any GMs here, but rather a star to the system itself, to Orbital Blues, because it's such a good goddamn system. Yeah, if you've been listening to this far, you should absolutely be checking out Orbital Blues and giving it a look. It's a whole lot of fun, and you get to play some really great sad space cowboys.
Ooh, okay. I have to give real quick 2 stars. First one to Brian for playing a scummy slime bag. Wonderful. That was so entertaining. Loved it so much. And I have to give another star to Michelle for running away. I will say during that combat, Range was definitely thinking, I wish Delmar was here. This would be so
Yeah.
different if we had another person down here. But it was absolutely fantastic. And +1 to playing Orbital Blues. I played a home game of Orbital Blues and I loved it so much that when my character died, I had to make a collage because I loved them so much. And it was just so sad and heartbreaking in all the best ways. So thank
That's
you
how
very
you
much.
know.
Yeah.
When you have to make a
Okay.
collage about
Right.
it, that's how you know it's hit.
When you have to collage, that means
Immediately
the game
after
hits.
the session ended, I opened up a bunch of editors and I started putting pictures together immediately.
Love it.
Okay. I think that's everything from us as players and GMs. Tony, do you do your outro thing where we don't know what to say?
We always got things here at +1 EXP. We are going into the final lap of F Infinity as part of Orbital Blues Month, so feel free to go over and check that out along with all the other great projects. We've got some really cool stretch goals. The next one coming up is a solo adventure and some additional solo content by Elliot Davis of More Blueberries and Many-Sided Media, I hear also too. The other things we've got coming up, 3 different games are going to be played next week. Keep an eye on social media for all those things. You can find us at +1 EXP. Also, we've got a Stone Top actual play we're doing next month and this Wednesday night for our Show Me Your Moves feature. Jeremy Stramberg, creator of Stone Top, is going to come and talk about what it's like to develop a PBTA game for 10 years that is absolutely masterous and incredibly beautiful. We're going to be talking about that and more over the next couple months. Come back anytime you want to here on the channel or check us out at +1exp.com. We've never figured out a good way to end streams here at +1 EXP, so I'm just going to invite everybody to wave at the camera until I take us off air.